everybody. Testing this. Definitely no longer a one-shot. Tales from Pitfall, episode 2.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call my working name that might go out the window entirely is the Depths of Winter,
For this episode?
or this
This
arc.
Okay.
series of vignettes.
We have a character sheet that Indigo made. Not
Yeah.
entirely bug-free yet, but that's...
Nope.
Nope.
Yes.
There's a lot of rats in the code.
I fixed it. I fixed the rats.
You killed half the rats.
My test boy character sheet has no rats.
Yep.
All right, hold on. Let me close
So
my
I need
character
I need to remember what my traits were. One was curious.
When I look at
one
your
was
test boy,
know-it-all.
I have all the rats.
It's my third.
I still have half the rats.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I only care about test boy.
This boy's the only boy.
Refresh all
It
of
also
it.
took me far too long to realize Roll20 has a sandbox mode for character sheets where
It
you don't have
does.
to exit the game and reload it until
Yep.
I had done most of it.
Ah.
I spent most of the character sheet process exiting and reloading the game for each little, like, one-line fix, instead of just using
Oh.
the sandbox mode where I don't need to do that.
Brutal. However, the
Oh.
rats are now gone.
Yeah!
Yep.
I reloaded
This
the
is-
page. I will check if my rats are gone. My rats are gone.
Yes, I killed all the rats.
Good. Good.
You know, I should pull up the game, right?
Should
Instead of just playing with my character sheet.
I'm trying to remember what my third trait was.
Oh crap! I need.
Tenacity, Ninja Turtle,
I have know-it-all and curious right now.
the Way of the Ninja could be a
Was it-
good third one.
Fiddling or inventing or something?
We get
No,
3
that's my
traits, 2 or
instinct.
2 traits.
3 traits.
3 traits.
Okay. Oh god, wait. But don't put them in the traits and conditions box.
Or that.
No, put them
Yeah.
in your
Okay.
bio. Put them in your bio. The bio
Okay.
box works.
Curious. And something else. Actually,
Talk about.
I think I'm gonna pick skinny as my. Wasn't my
People call me skinny.
exactly.
Could bastard be a trait?
Sure, people call me.
Absolutely, that's-
Hey, the rules in this game for trait. It fills in the sentence. People call me blank.
I put the bastard, so I have authoritative, proud, and the bastard.
Okay. You're a child, or a literal child. But okay,
Yep,
that's
I'm a
kinda harsh.
13-year-old. Oh, age and pronouns don't save.
No,
No, they don't. I'm a
Nope.
13-year-old he they
Yeah,
clone person.
13-year-old he him. Are we all 13?
Are you also a clone person?
I'm not I was made the old-fashioned way.
I'm, as far as
In a
I'm
pod.
aware, the only clone person, because I was made by the scientist who cloned themselves.
Yeah. Your parent cloned you. That's
And
how it works.
named me after themselves. Of course. I am,
Like a true
the second.
narcissist.
of course. I am Austral Ward the Second, 13-year-old
Second.
clone of the scientist.
13-year-old or 13th?
13.
13th. Oh no, that family.
And no,
Yeah,
thank
especially when
you.
the first 12 were like failed.
Or I have 12 older siblings, and that would be also worse. But no, I just am the second, and
You're just the first sane one. All the rest of them just keep saying their name.
So my character, yeah, clone of a rehabilitated scientist is what they call themselves. So they keep in our when we first created the setting, the scientist I think was pretty integral to keeping the town running, but they're also very much did things by themselves, kind of. Like I don't think they really interacted with anyone else. They just did projects. So I see them as not as yeah, extremely narcissistic, but not, also with this like energetic optimism on the surface, at least. Lots of energy, lots of like always running around doing something.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you can make an important named NPC file for them and add them to our roster. But while we do that, let's talk about the setting again for the ntth time. So it's the starting point of the story. At least we're gonna start in the town of Pitfall, or the settlement of Pitfall, something like that. The area currently known as Pitfall, which is a gated community. In that there is a actual fence to keep out the tigers. And on the outside of the fence is water-sucking grass that will dehydrate snow, ice, rain, people, but not tigers, apparently, if they stay in there too long. And on the inside of the town, we have fun locations, like the cyber graveyard, the ziggurat of light, the ziggurat of observation, the frost garrison, which I'm assuming is a very pointy building because of snowflakes. There's an aqueduct. There's an aqueduct that goes into the town, and there is a police force, but only for the aqueduct, that protects the aqueduct and doesn't.
They don't.
They don't care about you. You're not the aqueduct.
As
They
long
don't
as you
need a
don't mess
police
with.
force for the rest of the town. They have
Oh.
trial by death pit
Yeah.
fighting.
Yeah, we have
combat.
trial by combat for all other non-aqueduct related problems.
They only care about the water and securing the water. That's
Yeah.
it.
So there is a residential building area where it's like wooden apartment buildings, basically. I don't know. But in addition to that, there's a giant pit, and in the giant pit, people live there. And then under that, there is catacombs, and under that, there's a big lake. It's a pit. And this is the town we're living in.
Yep.
It's a fun town with fun people.
Join the resident death cult. It'll be
Yeah,
great.
there's a death cult.
Yeah, there's signs when you drive in. Hey, join our resident death cult.
Yeah, I don't think they call themselves a death cult, but we're gonna keep calling them the death cult.
Yeah. They think they're totally normal.
Yeah,
Well,
they just
yeah.
worship. They just
Death.
worship their god. They're
Yeah.
the god of death.
Deathism.
Yeah, it's unclear. They wear the robes and they carry the laser swords
Yeah.
because
Wait,
we're a
what?
sci-fi.
Laser swords?
Yeah, we're a sci-fi nonsense land who has laser goats turned into laser swords. We made a
Is it-
whole point about this.
Oh, so like
Yeah.
they took goat horns and
Yeah, the laser goat horns, and they made them into swords. Because there's only two kinds of technology in this world: sci-fi nonsense technology and medieval technology.
and medieval
There is-
rural technology. Yep.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
nothing in the middle.
There's
There
no
is sci-fi
modern tech.
No.
If anyone pulls up with a pistol, they're gonna be like an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there is
Yeah.
sci-fi nonsense, and then there is medieval peasantry.
Except
with
in the
no-
city. I think that's what makes the city so scary is modern technology. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah, the city has modern tech. We're like, our lasers can't pierce Kevlar.
Yeah, we have sci-fi nonsense, and then medieval peasantry. There is no big magic in this world, because A, we haven't said there is, so I'm gonna roll with there's not. And B, any wizards you do see are just using sci-fi nonsense.
Mhm.
There's no wizards, there's just no
my
magic.
character's nickname is literally Oz.
Yeah, sci-fi nonsense. Any technology too advanced is magic.
Wait, does that mean people from the town are just have like normal American names?
We
Are
can
we going,
discuss
like, just,
that.
like,
I went
Rural
with weird.
Kansas names.
I went with weird names. The reason I went with Oz is because the scientist was from the old, from before.
Uh-huh.
They were
Yeah.
cryopods. So they have a more normal. And then my character rejected their name, Doctor Oz, as a short name.
I don't think you're a doctor. I don't think you inherit.
I am not a doctor.
I don't
My
think you
father
inherit
is a doctor.
degrees through the cloning
No,
process. I don't-
no, doctorates are unfortunately not hereditary.
It's-
That could be good sci-fi nonsense, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I went with a reasonably normal name because, again, I also was named by people who were from originally the before times. So I think that there's a little bit of a difference between that and, oh, you were raised by the people who, came in as outsiders or the Frost Shepherds, or they probably have some very different naming schemes.
Yeah.
But
Just to be super transparent about my inspirations for my ideas about the world, I made a short list. It is Thundercats, He-Man, and She-Ra. A book series called The Unhewn Throne, mostly for death cult stuff, and Avatar for dumb animals.
Perfect.
Yeah, dumb animals for Avatar.
No real animals allowed. Only dumb ones.
Does the Earth King? He has his like a birthday party for his bear, right? No, just a bear, not like a platypus bear.
Yeah, no real animals, only nonsense animals. I will unashamedly just put the word cyber in front of anything, and now it's a nonsense animal.
Mhm.
That's actually why I
Cyber
added some
rats.
Horizon Zero Dawn stuff. That's it's like, yeah, there's no modern tech. There's weird science robot animals, and then
Yeah, but
people who,
self-replicating science nonsense robot animals.
yeah,
now I really want to fish up some cyberfish.
Cyberfish. They're
Hey,
obviously koi trout.
well, you could also have trash compactor trout. That's fine too.
Trash compactor.
We're not limited by animal versus animal fusions. We can take toaster and bird and make a toaster bird, and it's fine.
Yep.
I'm imagining now,
this bird
like
scoops
not.
up prey in its beak and then holds it there while it slowly cooks it to death.
Yeah.
I'm imagining, and not like an actual trash compactor, the monster in the trash compactor from Star Wars mixed with the fish, so the eye just comes up above the water and
I
goes.
It's
was
just like a
thinking
fish, like this big,
I
but
was
with an
thinking
eye
a
stalk.
fish with a big.
Yeah,
I was thinking a fish with a big like robot mouth that just like crushed things in it.
Iron
that'd be
jaw.
like a whale.
Yeah, but it's flat plates and it's a trout size. It's like this big. It's like little shovel base that just crushes things.
I think
It
it would
goes
have to be
whoosh,
somewhat
whoosh, whoosh.
small considering our,
We
lack of water.
Marissa and I recently
Yeah.
finished Subnautica Zero, which is a very good game, but also has tons of, but it's all purely biological. It's alien,
Yeah. So
not sci-fi
it's not.
enough.
Yeah. So I'm not saying no to weird powers, but the weird powers have to have sci-fi nonsense backing them up.
That'll
That's
help.
the
Alright.
My
real.
character is a tinkerer, so I have.
That's the weird power rule. It's like, yes, I ate the egg of the cyber eagle, and now I can see across
Indigo.
the sky.
Somehow your. Oh no, never mind. We're good. I looked. I was like, why are my beliefs blank now? No, we're good. I was looking at my father's character sheet, who of course has the same name as me, so I'm already mixing up the character sheets.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my god.
we can acquire nonsense powers because nonsense is
Yes.
it's a cartoon nonsense world. I've also been watching a lot of Trigun, and I like that world as far as like an inspiration point as far as this world in future, where it's like a post-apocalypse that is then post-apocalypse, where it's apocalypse happened. We had the post-apocalypse stuff where it's like rival factions and Mad Max nonsense, and now we're on to we now live in the post-apocalypse.
Now things are a bit more stable. What now?
So now it's post-apocalypse. Yeah. So yeah, get your pitchforks and your laser guns, and that's what I got. Does anyone else have setting stuff?
A little bit. Just reestablishing, I think, a bit of the town above, because originally they left after the outsiders did, basically, of, hey, we don't want to live in a town where there's mostly just outsiders, so it's a lot of just the original people who went up and tried to kind of make this secret community, which the aqueduct guards do know about, but because of the whole let's stop the river thing,
So
which
we
didn't go
have
down so well. But
so
it's
we have
mostly a very secretive community of people who are like, yeah, well, no, we don't do outsiders, we don't do other people, stay out.
we have our settings Amish.
Yeah, in a way,
Not so
closer. I
much in the
don't.
religious, not so much in the religious aspect, but
No.
as far as like we don't want to do the new things. We're just gonna keep doing our old thing by ourselves over here.
Not even so much the old things. It's more a matter of hey, look, we had a community of 50 people. Then 200 people came in and tried to upset us and make laws and all that stuff, and we said, no, forget this, so we left.
A community
Or
of,
at
I
least
think,
the ones of us who
30
we
people.
could trust
Yeah.
left. There were
I
some other
have-
people who were not.
I have the worst analogy for this. So
Oh?
bad. These are based on the people who like wanted their own little ethno state. That's just what they did. They just fucked off and made their own place.
Yeah, that's
Suburban
not
flight.
terribly wrong.
Oh.
Post-apocalyptic suburban flight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think one thing to note in terms of how it appears is I think our entire town is set or was once set in like an suburb, basically old suburbs is the surroundings, and everything's
Yeah.
like remodeled and fashioned, adapted for suburb areas. So it's not entirely wilderness or just grass around us. There's just like
Really? I
the
thought it was.
grass is probably like once a big park or something like that.
It's unclear. There are suburban buildings scattered.
Yes.
It is unclear as to exactly where we're set.
Yeah. There's the
wait.
great city in all directions.
Oh yeah, there's. I think I dubbed it the Infinite City. That's like if you go far enough in any direction, you hit the city, and it's unclear the mechanics of how that work. Is the city cursed? Are you cursed? Who knows?
Is this a simulation?
Maybe.
How exactly did the outsiders get here if they're not from the city?
Unclear. Unclear. Unclear at all.
That's when our characters become self-aware.
Did they get cursed too and get sucked into this time loop of city?
Is this purgatory? What's happening?
Okay.
Who knows? Yeah.
I have finished my character now that I've. So yes, I guess we can introduce character.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So who wants to be the first character?
I'm not done yet. Someone else go first.
Okay, I will go. As I said, my character's name is Austral II, but they insist on going by Oz because that is still their name, but it's like their.
Not the
They are a
government name.
child clone of the scientist. They are 13 years old. My beliefs. Oh, my traits actually are more steady. My traits are curious, know-it-all, and skinny. My beliefs. I have two of them because the third one is blank to write one around. The death cult isn't that smart. If they can start a radio broadcast, so can I. Wilbur, one of the ghost balls. We'll get to that for those new. Is bored and lonely. I need to find a way to bring them with me. I have a pet ghost ball.
Want the pet ghost ball?
I have it, but it has to stay at home. I don't go home very much.
Wait, is that the energy generation creature that we're
Yep.
using to power our
Well,
town?
no, there's multiple now. Now there's multiple.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think staying with Oz, we get a. I don't know. Do we know what your parent looks like yet? We pull that in back.
I have no opinion on it, so you can say or
All right.
like or
Well-
it's just like the Dexter's Laboratory thing where the parent is just always like their head
Slightly
is
out of
always
frame.
off of
Yeah,
frame,
that's
so
what we're
they're
gonna
just wearing
do.
a white
We
lab coat at
get-
all times.
we get a lab coat walking Oz through the town, like just doing a parent-child stroll through the town. Because today is the first day at school for all of the local children.
Yep.
And you
Still
have to go to
school.
Frost Shepherd School. When they came in and started setting up shop here, one of the things they built is a school that all the kids have to go to. So there's Frost Shepherd. Well, all of the kids that are supposed to be here are supposed to go to. I'm not saying all of the characters need to be in school, but this seems like a thing
No.
science parents will make their clone child do.
Well,
is
I was raised by textbooks and artificial intelligence teachers while my parent worked, so I still have to go to school.
it's
but I'm
socializing
probably-
your clone.
It's probably like I'm being talked to of like, don't really like, it's gonna be boring. You're gonna already know this. It's okay.
Listen,
Try
I
to
know
convince
exactly how you're
them
feeling,
to
literally.
trying to convince them to let you take the final exam on day 1, and then you'll be home for the rest of the school year.
Yeah. So you're getting walked through, and you're getting this like pep talk from your science parent about how you have to go to school so you don't stand out because we can't let the Frost Shepherds know you're a clone.
Yep.
That would give the secret up, and we don't know what they're gonna do with clone children.
Yeah.
Is it a secret?
I think it's a secret from the Frost Shepherds.
Okay.
I don't think that I would think it, it's your parent and your clone existence, so you can spread it as much as you want. But I would think that science parent would not want their secret cloning technology to be known publicly for many reasons while under a Frost Shepherd occupation.
That's fair. I don't know if... Yeah. I mean, it's also your NPC, as well as...
That's what I think the parents' view on it is, that they think it's dangerous that this information gets out, and you
Yeah.
as clone child can take that as you will.
Yep.
But
Yep. Okay.
Oh, good.
they're
That'll
under
work
the
well.
yeah they're under the impression that it cannot this information must be kept secret.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So they're walking through town. You definitely see like the friendly shop, the Frost Shepherd Peace Force patrols. It's the armor, but they have a sash on them that says Peace Force.
That
perfect.
makes them so much more peaceful.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still like blue stormtrooper armor with laser guns marching through town, and they have like the Peacekeeper sash. I guess they don't have the laser guns with the Peacekeeper patrol. They have sticks. They have
Yeah.
Laser sticks.
Maybe
they,
pistols, but they keep those,
well,
sure.
they might have
Laser
firearms
pistols.
or whatever, but they're secret. They're secret away in the armor.
Oh, they're like
The only
wrist lasers.
yeah, everyone knows they have a wrist laser that'll give you
Oh.
frostbite, but they don't
Ooh.
present that. It only looks like they have a truncheon. Everyone's
What would
favorite medieval guard weapon, a big stick.
What would be really cool is, have any of you guys seen the new Suicide Squad?
Yes.
Not yet.
Oh, okay, so it's not like
We
a
have the
plot point.
weasel in every shot. Yeah, I know.
No, Idris Elba's character, like, you know how he pulls his guns from his armor?
Oh yeah, but
The Frost Shepherds just do that.
that's that's a good Frost Shepherd. That's not the mook they have walking around.
Oh, okay. This is like
that's
Private
a
Frost Shepherd.
that's a Frost Shepherd commando with the like armor with weapons built in. This is just we have the self-defense laser that's secret, and then we have the truncheon to beat back the peasantry.
Perfect.
Fair.
Oh,
You
living
see
in
them
this place
walking through
sounds great.
town, and you're like pulled closer to lab coat parent. Yes. You're walking to the first day of school. It's an annex attached to the big blue spiky building that the Frost Shepherds built for their guards, because this is the burgeoning Frost Shepherd complex. And there's other children of assorted ages, because there's one school for all of the children. It's not that big of a town, even with the whole cycle that has gone by since last we visited.
Yeah.
The Frost Shepherds have been here for about an Earth decade.
Okay.
You to take that's how long we said the cycle was.
Yep.
About an Earth decade, unclear, between 7 and 12 years ish of Frost Shepherds being in charge. So there's school that happens.
Excellent.
I'm thinking, how long does it take to build 2 ziggurats and dig a big pit? I think about
Yeah.
about
a
that
decade.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for introducing characters, I'm good to go next.
You're good. I'm still typing.
Yeah. I had a little bit more with side. I have little things for everyone. Everyone has their own
Perfect.
intro scenario.
Awesome.
I guess I'll add my instincts for more information about my... Yeah. Always speak with a complicated vocabulary. Whenever someone says I'm similar to the parent, which is what I call them, go out of my way to prove them wrong. And my third instinct is always tinker.
So we approach the school. You're given like a little pep talk that was continued, just like the now like kneeling down, but now the parent is still cast in shadow because of chiaroscuro lighting in the middle of the day for your dramatic moment for your first day of school, and it's bad. And this is help you fit in, to help you socialize with other children your age. You're reminded to not let anyone know you're a clone. That you should try to make a human friend so people think you're normal.
Perfect. I'm
Yep.
rewriting my first belief, taking that fully into account. To the Frost Shepherds are idiots. I will prove to the teacher that I'm smarter than them.
Cool. But yeah, they're yeah. So then we see us going into school. Is there anything you want to do at school to get a little taste of us before we move on to the?
Um, before class starts, I'm standing around awkwardly. I'm probably known by some of the other kids, but I was until now always kept very sheltered. Classes, or once my second life path is sort of I was exploring the town, but I didn't really make friends. I was always kind of alone then. So I think I'm just standing around awkwardly. Um, Probably if it wants it's to be another character, see that work. I think one of a kid like tries to approach. I accidentally, without thinking about it, insult them. Like not intentionally on my part, but I just made like an observation or said something that to them was
Yeah. I don't think consider the other kids, any of the other two main protagonist children. So I don't know if they are attending school, but I have other lead-in points for them that aren't specifically school. They
Uh,
might attend,
okay.
but that
But
is
yeah,
up to them.
so
I
I
have
I
not.
think I have a hard time making friends. But I
Yeah.
don't really. I feel like I'm supposed to care. And the last thing I'll say about my character is my assets that come with life paths. Um, I chose science wise, not science as a skill, because I don't know how to do science. I've just read a lot about it.
Just know about science. You
Yeah,
understand you understand the concept of science.
yeah, and I've heard how to do all these things, but I've never done it. I have very little experience and a lot of knowledge. So science
you never
wise,
you never got your hands dirty and like picked up some
never.
beakers.
Nope. Though now I have a bit, but it's still not enough skill. And then from my second life path of exploring town a lot, um, I have chosen Pitfall because I just like watch people probably take notes and things in places, so I know more. And then my own other thing I'm starting with is a secret clubhouse that I have made asset.
Oh, cool. All right.
Nice.
Just for clarifying game terms, assets are temporary. These are things that are just part of your life path. So the skills and items and stuff are
Okay,
part of your life path, and assets are the stuff you gain through deeds
right.
tests
I'll
that you can then turn into part of your life path. So
so
part of the advancement process is acquiring assets and then making them part of the life path.
yep. So yeah, special item I guess would be secret clubhouse.
Cool.
My theory is that given it's been another 10 years, I think the cyber graveyard is less actually dangerous, though there's still parts of it, now that it's been scavenged out more, and more
Or a
like a
junkyard
haunted
now.
house junkyard dangerous. And so I have like
Ooh.
into a pile of cyber junk. I've dug under it, and then inside it, it's a hollowed out.
Yeah, there's the same guy running the shop. He's just more robot now.
Yep.
Yeah, he just scavenged robot parts.
Well, you lose an arm. Oh look, a cyber arm's right there. Just stick it on, and it's fine.
Yeah,
One of
he's
these
just
days, as
more robot than person at this point. It's like a Grievous guy.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
And that
thank
is
God to
everything
right
for
to
my
repair,
character.
huh?
Yeah, and that's Oz. I don't think I'll do anything right now.
Okay.
Like I just have a belief in self smart, so we everyone else
Yeah.
attempts to
So,
dethrone them and become school.
so who's next? Slush or Karenina?
Karina, and I'll go if that's good.
Karenina.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm Karina, 16, not 16, 14, she, her. Um, Basically the way that I've got this going is I was the daughter of the death cult leader and one of the people who left to go and found the village above. So I was raised in the death cult a little bit for when I was really young until dad said, "Yeah, we're out of here. Nice try." And left. Uh
we have a name? I did not remember the name of the death cult leader.
I don't think they were ever named.
Was it Felicity?
Oh,
was
you know
something
what? It
ridiculously
was
insane.
Felicity.
Yeah, anyhow. So I basically was raised up there for a while, and because they have so few people and they're so focused on we do not let other people come close, they basically send their kids onto perimeter guard almost. Less on the emphasis of guard and more, hey, watch out for people, grab some berries and nuts and fish and whatnot, but watch out for people. And if you see anyone, hurry back so that we can pack up camp and move. So I basically was raised in that for a while and then said, you know what, this is not a great way. I'm going to go back to town and I'm going to meet mom and we're going to fix everything. My easy description is basically someone who is really naive, who figures that she can fix everything just by understanding it and just rational thought. That's how things work. The beliefs that I've got is I believe that if people understood each other, we wouldn't have half as many problems. I will convince the leader of Pitfall to make amends with the town above.
Big
I've got
ask.
yeah, I've got one on if mom wasn't the leader of the death cult, we could be a family again. I must sabotage her status. And a third one, which is sort of open for both of you to choose between here. I believe that families should be together. So I must, and I've got one on make Oz spend time with his father, or something to do with you, which I do not know what yet.
Yep.
So instincts always seek to understand the reasons why, always give others the benefit of the doubt, and always tell the truth. So secrets will go really well around me.
Just a paladin. Like I don't. Cool.
You're not wrong there. Traits hopeful, frank, and trusting.
Yeah. So I think we start with you. Not specifically with you, but we start at an underground temple. Because that is where the death cult has to practice now. Their public sermons need to be in a annex of the pit complex. Like they have a thing down there, like a conference room that they have turned into their temple, because something about having the public facing death cult temple just sitting around town made the Frost Shepherds unhappy. So they now work in basements like death cult should. So we see
It's
the
not like we
black.
didn't try.
Yeah, so we see the black wooden doors with like the skull shaped holes in them with the metal bars at the outside of the temple, and we hear singing inside. A lot of the death cult sermons are mostly in song, because what is song but art that dies immediately?
That's so
Yes!
That's great.
So yeah, we hear the choir of the beyond singing from within as they put on a sermon, and we see crouching outside because trying to find your mom are, I don't know what to describe credit as at this point. Our
Uh,
young adventurer,
let's go with that. Yeah.
our young adventurer waiting outside. Can you do anything specific? Are you just like literally standing outside the door? Or are you trying to hide? Just trying to get some picture of how you would approach the situation. You've gone to the sermon in hopes that you will find mom.
Yeah. I think that the way I would probably end up approaching the situation is, hey, let's see where there's a back door, because maybe wandering in the front is not a good call.
Trying to sneak around.
Yeah, just kind
Yeah.
of poking around. Okay, well, if everyone's at sermon, what else is loose around here? How do these things work? Maybe.
Yeah. Give me a roll to find the door. To find some back entrance that's not the front doors. Because that's how we'll figure this out. Failure could
Sure.
just mean there isn't one.
I'm just gonna go with straight 3d6 because that's easy, I guess.
Yeah. What life path are you using?
Death Cult Born. I guess I do know my way around this at least a bit, but so I
If
know
you're
that.
using If you're using Death Cult Born, I think that would be a helpful life path
Yeah,
as
so that's
opposed to a
definitely 3d6. It's just a matter of, okay, I know about how this works, so I'm looking for, where's the backstage room? I know there is one, even if they've moved buildings.
yeah. I thought helpful life paths were 4.
I think
Uh,
neutral's 2,
Oh,
hindering
neutral's
is
2. All right, helpful's
yeah.
3. Okay,
if you have more than one helpful one, I think it adds a d6.
it does, but also your life path rating is the helpful
Yeah.
roll, and it starts at 3
Yeah.
because you can pump your life path by itself up to 46 without doing anything else.
Hmm.
Okay, well, let's give this one a shot and see what happens. Oh,
Yeah,
nice macro. And I'm apparently rolling with extremes right now.
yeah, you got 1 success, so that really should be all you. I should have said the ob ahead of time, but that should really be all you need to find a back door. It's not like
So
it's a
I've
church.
basically
It's not a fortress.
wandered into whatever the backstage dressing room is, and I'm just going to wait there until someone who I am really hoping and going to expect to be my missing mother is going to show up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just
So
arrived?
It sounds like it.
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, you get in the back dressing room and you see like all of the coats hanging on hooks and stuff in the dressing room. You see someone in the corner applying even darker eyeshadow. And you wait. Yeah, and you wait for a bit, and yeah, you wait for a bit, and you eventually someone spots you because you're not the most hidden,
Mhm.
and they're in the full ceremonial robe, so you can't see their face in it. And they approach you, and
Wearing the proper skull mask.
yeah, under the robe, the obvious death cult attire. There's no subtlety because this is a cartoon. And you just hear the shadowy voice call your name like Karenina, like they're Karina. I
Karina.
said
Yep. I
Karina. I
tried
did
to
that
spell it
twice.
easy.
Yep. I'm just yeah, Karina, and you hear the echoey voice, and they say, "Please come with me to the meeting room," as if they had been expecting you, and you're taken. And if you follow this person, they lead you to an office. It's just like a normal office, not even like an interrogation room, just a normal office with the same black wooden desk and a picture of their family pointed towards them, and there's a big poster, like a picture in the back of what you think would be some religious symbols, but it's just a picture of a pile of bodies. It's behind
Great.
them, and when they sit in their chair and they take off their hood and the mask, and it's not your mom, it's someone else you recognize from the church. Just if you have someone you care about, this is not specifically them. You just recognize this person from the church. They're death cult priest number 1 on script.
Yep.
Yup.
And
Season 2, they'll get a name.
yeah, maybe. Maybe if we need Death Cult Priest 1 again, we will name him. But he has the obvious necromancer goatee that is basically uniform.
Actually, speaking of the different things that we have, for assets, or I guess, yeah, wises and whatnot, I do have Death Cult Wise, and basically survival wilderness survival skills, basically. And the last thing I'm kind of holding in reserve is a relationship with somebody. I'm thinking either just someone more unusual who you might have found in the wild. I'm holding that in a little bit more in reserve. I'm considering sharp and slightly pungent if they're still alive, but I want to get some heads up on that. I'm also
Yeah.
checking to see if there might be a hey, look, yes, I know that frost shepherd. That might just pop in.
Yeah, you're free to hold that in reserve, but same normal things for like police and instincts. Once you call it, you've called it. You can't
Oh yeah,
like constantly swap it. Cool.
yep.
Yeah, that's totally fine. You're not expected to have a full idea because this is the pilot episode, so the writing room might change their mind.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And he begins to explain to you that your mom would love to see you, but she is quite busy at the ziggurat of observation in her official duties, supporting the town of Pitfall, and doesn't quite have time for whatever you're up to, but does suggest that if you wanted to become an acolyte of the church, it'd be a lot easier to fit you into her schedule, and presents you with some forms. Mom wants you to join the church, is what we're getting at. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, there's a brief. There's like a pamphlet you have to read and like a test you got to fill out, and you also have to bear witness to 12 deaths.
Nice.
Those are the things you have to do. Read the pamphlet, pass the test, bear witness to 12 deaths.
Yeah, okay, so I think I'm basically, if you're looking at Corinna, she's sitting in the room, she's kind of, but as she is looking around, trying to figure out, just get a feeling for what is this place, what is this guy, who is he? And when she's handed the pamphlets, like she'll read them and she'll read them very earnestly. She's trying to make sure and make an actual real decision about, will I join the death cult? Is this a useful thing to do? And she's not really doing this in the sense of, do I believe the death cult, but more a matter of, would this be an easier way to sabotage my mother from the inside or outside? And I'm pretty sure that, like, okay, they're saying that I can only get access to my mom if I join the death cult. That's exactly what I was scared of. I think I'd better join this and take it down. Um, so yeah, as she does that, she'll sign off on, I will try and do whatever I can to join this cult.
This is presented as a very intro cult offer where this is not anything big. It's not anything. This will only improve your life. You just need to bear witness to 12 works of our God's greatness, which is just 12 people dying.
And again, I grew up in this. I'm kind of used to the strangeness of people, dying or getting chucked into pits, or just the occasional weird things that happen when you grow up in a death cult. They aren't Death has been very normalized, so this isn't that scary. This much of a problem for me.
Join the death cult youths or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So, unless you have anything else that you wanted to do in the death cult, we'll move along to Slush.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Want to meet Slush?
Alright, so
Yeah. So, Slush was born in the garrison, after the Frost Shepherds laid their icicle-y roots down in this, whatever the fuck this is. Hold on, let me get yeah, that's my color now. And Slush wasn't always known as Slush. His original name was Appingot, which I looked up is like a Native American word for the first snowfall.
Nice.
you were stripped of your name too. All right,
I was stripped
great.
of my name. His mother, who is in the Frost Shepherds, her name is Avalanche Piprake Maya.
This is great.
Yes. And for years, at least for his first life path, he was raised with them until it was found out that he was not. He was born between his mother and one of the original denizens of this place, who she will not give up, but is secretly this guy named Nord Sharp.
So I think for just logistical reasons, not that this invalidates anything you said about your parentage, the general Frost Shepherd rule is that they can have families, but not like when they're on rotation in the garrison and stuff. So I think it was that you were being raised in the Frost Shepherd garrison under their like orphan children program that they just have and run there. Is like an addition to the schools.
It's called the Slush Fund.
Slush.
That's awful. No. But they just have like the child raising thing, and your mom got you set up with that so she could spend time with you and like sort of be a parent, but also sort of just raised in the system.
Okay, because I was thinking, what if we do that, but add on top, normally people have to formally be inducted into the Frost Shepherds, because this isn't like a group started at the end of the apocalypse and this is the same group, right? Like,
Yeah.
obviously, if they have hundreds of people, they had to have slowly,
Changed.
what's the word? No, not that, like bringing people in.
Yeah,
Oh,
there is an
like
indoctrination process for adults. It is fast tracked if you like grew up in it.
Yeah. So maybe it's you can only have Frost Shepherd children with other Frost Shepherds, but his dad did not go through that process.
Yeah, so you were in the orphan fund there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's almost like a immigration process, but into an organization, basically.
Yeah,
Kinda.
because this is an organization that runs cities.
Mhm.
This world has
Uh,
such division against you're either in or out. Take a side.
exactly. Um, so for his childhood skill, I have Shepherd Wise. I know about the Frost Shepherds, and uh, being stripped of my name, known as Slush, I believe that the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright, so I will earn their respect. And I took the skill Authority. So I try to speak with authority. Like, it's like I'm thinking of it like a charisma skill. I don't know if
Yeah.
there's a better way to word it.
I
Hmm.
think authority works.
Okay.
You can
And then
attempt to use your authority to tell people what to do. It might fail.
yeah. And then he has a special relationship with his mom because his mom tries to look out for him even though, she can't like formally do that.
Yeah, so you were in part of the finding out that your dad lives in town and your mom's a frost shepherd. You were booted from the orphan program, but she can't keep you because she's working as a frost
So I
shepherd.
I got to go live with my shitty dad.
You gotta go live with your shitty dad who lives on the outskirts of town.
Yep.
So I
What?
think go ahead.
I was just curious what your dad was like.
Um
I
with
have him
a
as
name
armor.
like Oh,
I
with a
thought,
name like Nord Sharp, I like to imagine like maybe he's one of the people who came out of the pods and was like, "Yeah, listen, I've like seen media about apocalypses. Like, I'm gonna be the badass." And then his life crumbled, and now
yeah,
he's a shitty farmer.
and now he
Wait, is he
raises
the person?
cyber goats.
Is he the
He's
person who the Cyber Tiger took out, or like?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
I put
that's
all
That
the
was Metal
Metal
NPCs.
Raiders.
Raider.
Yeah,
okay.
Metal Raider's dead.
Oh, right.
Is
yeah.
he in
Right,
the
right.
dead NPCs?
He is. I posted
He's
all three
dead.
of the actual named NPCs
Oh,
in Roll20
I
chat.
gave you GM access. You can just make those.
Well, that
As
was them 10 years ago, so you know.
oh well, there's also a dead NPC pile.
Cool. Okay, good.
Or
So
the important dead are people that like if we do flashbacks
true.
can be pulled back out of, or if we just need to reference their existence.
I mean,
There
we
is
killed Metal Raider one day after the Shepherds came.
there is an
Yeah.
important dead pile.
So yeah, Felicity Robinson is apparently your mother's name, Marissa, according to this. That can change.
Nice. No, I have
Also
no
known as
problems with
Death's
that.
Chosen. And then the other character was Sapphire Raspberry. Maybe the leader of, I don't know what they are.
I put Frost Shepherd Harold Sapphire because I could not remember the
Her
whole
full
name.
name. I can add in my mother's sheet and my father's sheet later.
Yeah, go for that.
But
Whatever you
yeah,
feel is
so
important, but
so I feel like if the school is a thing that's put on by the Frost Shepherds, Slush would for sure go because he's trying to prove himself.
yeah. But today, you are not at the first day of school. You are instead mucking a goat pen, or some
Cyber goat
other,
pen.
or something else annoying on your dad's little
Oh
patch
my
of
god.
land where he raises the goats. And we see you doing chores. Do you have any other chores that you think would be cyber goat related? What chore? How about this? We'll phrase it this way: what chores do you do outside of
Um,
on the goat farm?
definitely care for the cyber goats, so like mucking.
You have to like
Uh,
milk their oil.
Cyber chimeras?
cyber chimeras, yes, they are cyber chimeras.
Well, I think that's the greater idea of all of these cyber animals. Those are all cyber chimeras. And then there's the goats with the laser horns.
Yep. Do you have to milk them, but
Uh,
they like produce oil? something.
Yeah.
It's nothing gross. It's lubricant.
It's very gross. It's not even something you drink.
No.
He also has to very carefully like get a tool that is meant to pick the like dehydration flowers because that's what the goats eat.
You can't.
So
Well,
that
I don't know if you can't touch them. It's just you can't go to sleep in them. So it's.
Yeah, it's not like an instant death kind of thing, but definitely people that go outside wear heavy leather pants and boots and big gloves.
yeah,
Like when you
like
walk through the grass, like
Feels like you get
professionally,
a
you have.
skin condition or something from spending too much
yeah,
time.
he doesn't want to listen. His hands are made to be a warrior later in life. He does not want them to get all dried.
Yeah,
So
I think it's a weird lawnmower that you push,
Yeah.
and it like has a basket that's only big enough for the flowers, but the grass falls back out of it, and you just push
Yeah.
it along. It looks like you're
Mhm.
mowing a lawn, but you're just collecting the flowers.
Yep. Also maintaining the cybergate. Because everything's cyber. The laser fence.
Yeah, Lasergate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uses
He
lightsaber
does not do
physics.
any
The
of
reason
these
the
well.
cybergoats can't go through it is because their laser horns can't go through Lasergate. Because that's
Oh, it's
Yeah.
they're opposite polar.
opposite
opposite
polarity
polarity.
lasers.
It pushes the horns away, so you'll see them flipped over in front of the gate if they try to ram it.
Yeah, I imagine there's a scene where Slush is like working on the polarity of this gate, and like a goat sort of like moseys on over, and because he's not good at this, he doesn't have any life paths for this. He slips and increases the like energy, and the goat just goes flying.
You increase the power that shoots the goat across the yard. Yeah,
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yep. Weird medieval sci-fi nonsense.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and you hear yelling from inside the hut that you need to go pick up groceries or something from town. What do you have to go get from town? What is the thing you gotta go get?
We need to go get dehydrated meals. They use the flowers to dehydrate meals, and then you need to go to the water people to get the water to rehydrate them.
So it's
You're
water
picking
run.
up. You're getting
Yeah.
up TV dinners, basically.
Yeah, TV dinners. He's grumbling the whole time, like, this is fucking beneath me. I'm like just grumbling the whole time like an asshole.
So we see you just like hands in your pockets, stomping through town.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you're walking up to the stalls, you start talking to a couple vendors. There's no longer rationing programs. There is, if anyone has a good idea for what the Frost Shepherd dollars, I just want to steal it straight from an anime and call them double dollars. But some Frost Shepherd based currency has been enacted to.
Could just call it ice.
Blue
Ice
bucks.
or hailstones.
Ooh, I like hailstones.
Yeah. So I think it's literally marbles. You have little
Yeah.
marble bags, and there's different
My
colored
brain-
marbles. Values.
Different colored marbles are worth different amounts. There's like a whole system with all 30 marbles, and that's one of the things of becoming a Frost Shepherd is learning their currency system.
And
My
blue is
brain-
obviously the most expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
My
course.
brain went
Big blue
immediately
one.
to make it hail. I don't know why. Just like just throw marbles.
Yeah, there's vending machines. We obviously have vending machines.
Yeah, and you put a marble in, and there's a whole like thing.
Next to a
Yeah.
wooden shack, there's a vending machine.
Oh my god! And the gambling is you just play marbles. That's what you do. That's the gambling game.
What
Yep.
are those long, like really ridiculous machines where you poke one thing and it just falls over everywhere?
Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
Yes, you put a marble into the vending machine and you watch that happen. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it spins down, and you have to like pull the thing like a pinball machine for the
Oh
right
my goodness.
snack.
Now I have a headcanon. I don't think this is actually a thing. These guys started as a really big fan club for Dell's marble racing for like the blue marbles, and then it just got apocalyptic.
Alright, weird tangent. So at work like last week or something, we had some guy come in and he sat outside forever. But the whole time he was A on FaceTime, B, he laid out in front of him a napkin and then pulled out his bag of marbles and dumped them onto the napkin and spent the whole time polishing them and staring at his marbles while on FaceTime with people presumably talking about marbles. And it is the most bizarre thing I have seen in a hot minute. We had no idea what was going on, but like he seemed happy. He wasn't doing anything weird other than spending like an hour and a half on our patio with his marbles.
Just to polish his marbles.
Yeah, it was
Make sure not to lose them.
something I had never seen before.
Yeah. That's cool.
People like marbles. It's
People like
apparently
marbles.
a thing people like.
Yep. Okay.
But anyway,
Marble currency
your
confirmed.
Yep, marble currency.
Marble currency confirmed. Because of course, when we see you walking the shop and you go to try to buy something and you pull out your bag of marbles and you get turned down because you don't have enough marbles.
I would like to use my hold on, my skill of shepherd wise to go like, excuse me, sir, you counted this wrong. Obviously, purple plus blue plus green equals 42, which is the amount I need to buy this stuff.
Yeah, so you say that. It's like that's and there is no roll because you will not convince this person because they agree with you and they say, yeah, you're correct, but that's the price for everybody else. You and your traitorous father don't get the in-house discounts. Because, yeah, you're Frost Shepherd child. They don't like you because of this. Yeah.
When I
You
reclaim
are-
my title, your head will be mine.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm. Yes, that is the correct response. You're supposed to be mad about it. I mean, you walk through a couple other shops, and this is the normal reaction you get from people. Just no one wants to sell you. Like, no one. They can't really refuse your service. But they have obnoxious rules and price hikes and
Racism. It's racism.
yeah. But just far against the fact that you're part Frost Shepherd, the invaders. So unless you buy from the shop's Frost Shepherd Depot, which they don't like you there either, for the opposite
They probably like you
reasons.
the least out of everyone.
Fucking Jim Snow laws.
Yeah. So then you're walking through town, grumbling even more audibly than before,
Yeah.
and you too are approached by a shadowy figure, but this one in a trench coat, and it's a criminal you have met. Who is this? Who is the town criminal that you know?
Who's the town criminal?
The known criminal element in town.
Oh, isn't that just
Could be the opportunity.
yeah, isn't it just the opportunist?
His whole thing
There's
is he'll
a
sell
robot
to
man.
anyone. That was his original idea.
I think it's someone that works for the opportunist because he is an old robot man at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has a
But
small crime.
It's a well-known. It's an open secret that the opportunist has his own little crime syndicate.
You know what? This is Slippery Finger Sean. That's his name.
All right, or we're gonna make you named him, so
Also known as, just call him Slippy. That's what his name is.
Slip.
Yep. Good old Slippy.
all right, slippery fingered Sean. It's named NPC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you get the hey kid from the alley. I got an offer for you, kind of thing.
What do you want, Slippy? I'm here brooding.
See all that. I'll let you get back to your brooding in a second. And you're proposed with an offer that he will go and buy your groceries if you do him a small favor in return. And he is from his trench coat, he produces a brown paper package, an unlabeled brown paper package, and he needs you to take this to his pal out at the old gas station outside of town, which is past the Frost Shepherd gates.
Is this activity glorious? Because I'm always looking for glory as an instinct.
It's like, sure, kid. He needs this for his great quest.
What? Will this be my instinct getting me into trouble?
Up to you. But yeah, no, he's offering to go and get your groceries or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. He's called Slippery Fingered Sean, but he needs you to take this package to his bud at the old gas station outside of town.
I don't know if Slush would trust Slippery Fingered Sean. But I feel like this is how we move the story forward.
I know this is as far as I got for story here. It's
Okay.
just a little thing to set everyone up in a place, and then you can go from there.
You can always, if you don't feel this story hook will catch you, join in on one of ours.
Yeah, you could also say no to Slippery Fingered Sean, and then you don't take the package, and then you don't have groceries.
I haven't gone to Mom yet. She might get to buy my groceries.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying you can come up with your own solution to get your groceries, or you can take the solution I gave you.
I will go. No, Sean. This does not bring glory. I am not your errand boy, but you will be mine one day. And I run off.
I think
What is
everyone
this
in the town must
attitude of this-
hate you.
Yeah, dumb little mite.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So then we see you're the puff of cloud as Slush sprints away from another encounter.
My powers are telling people to do stuff for me, but no one respects my authority.
Yep. Good. Yes. So yeah, those are our characters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey.
given that as your as a thing, does anyone have a thing they would like to do from here? To make
Did
sure we got a chance to see everyone.
Did we finish off everyone's beliefs? Because I know I had one loose, and I'm curious
I
which
have
of
one
you
loose as
want to
well.
fill that.
I have a loose one also. I have a general category for this belief is like the world, because I have a belief about my people, belief about friends, and then I need one about the world.
Mine, I think, fits a little bit better. We've got a little bit more parental conflict over Oz's way there, so I think I'm going to stick it with I believe that family should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his father.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've met him yet. We'll
I
figure
think
that
the
out.
term Paz was using was parent.
Ah, yes, thank you. Parent.
And for my third one, I already have one belief that starts with Frost Shepherd. So I'm making my second belief. Frost Shepherd Tyrants. Tyrants and Slush's desire to stupidity, inadequacy. I will convince them that it is necessary.
Oh, good.
My my second belief that I haven't said out loud yet is the shepherds have grown strong by adding to their ranks from outsiders. I must form a gang of many different views.
Perfect.
Good. Yes. Good belief. Gather the use.
I need a third one.
we can think. You can think about it. You don't need to have them all.
Yeah.
Yep.
This very moment. But I think if no one has a thing, we'll switch back to Oz because we started with Oz.
I think I know what.
What is Oz up to?
About an maybe half an hour, maybe an hour into class, Oz has been asking why a lot to the teacher. For why are they like the teachers? It's literally the first day. The teachers, here's the class, here's the classroom, here's how things are gonna work. But even she's like, here's the schedule for how class are gonna go. He's like, by what reasoning did you this schedule? And then there's like a whole because I'm the teacher. And then
This is what the school said that everyone's doing at this time.
Yeah. Oz
curriculum for X
wants
age.
to basically is questioning, is publicly in front of the whole class questioning the teacher's ability to teach. Ultimately, is I think what he's trying to get it to lead to. His intent is in order to, because of course this is how all civilized competition is to have some kind of academic contest, math, science, etc. And whoever comes
I
out,
did debate Lord the teacher.
well, like math tests, and whoever gets the higher thing is
You're
has
trying
more.
to school
I'm
fight
trying
the
to
teacher.
academically completely upstage her.
Yeah, you can make a roll to embarrass the teacher because I don't see why not. It seems that's the way we decide how this goes. That's how games work, right? You roll to see how it
Welcome
happens.
to an IGM of
Yeah, but you attempt to academically. The intent is to academically upstage the teacher to make her look like a fool with this conversation. Now, failure does not specifically mean that you beat her, because I don't.
no.
Or
It
success
wouldn't
does
make any
not.
sense for me to actually be like she no longer becomes a teacher.
Yeah.
I guess my ultimate intent, if this was masks, I would want to just have influence over her. So I guess I want to gain just like I want to set precedent or something.
Yeah, you want
Gain a
to.
high level of respect.
It won't be respect. No, she'll hate me
No.
for this.
No.
Um,
To set a precedent that you're not gonna just roll over to stand up to the school system. Success here means that you probably just get shunted around a couple classes till one of the teachers can deal with you.
I think success. My intent probably, if it's worked out well, would be the teacher leaves me alone because they don't want to poke a bear. And I think that's mostly it. Like,
Yeah. So a temporary reprieve from getting bothered at school when you're not doing the homework.
yeah, because it's beneath me. And
Yeah.
not all the time, but occasionally if I don't show up to class, it's fine. Still mark me.
Occasionally. So success means that the teacher will just set up a couple more advanced things for you to do and just like give you some worksheets to do in the back of the room.
Yep.
Is going to be her ongoing plan for dealing with you as opposed to making you do the lesson.
That would be my preference.
I don't think it ever, in no circumstances, will she actually do an academic fight with you. She's not going to.
Oh yeah,
map
no,
off.
that's just what he's trying to get it up to, because that is in his mind.
That's what the character wants to happen, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
In no circumstance will the teacher set up a third party write math problems on the board and time who does them faster. That will never happen.
You're right, assuming that they're a reasonable teacher.
Yeah, no, that's never happening.
Okay.
Best case scenario, you get worksheets for the rest of the year.
Perfect. That's what I'll go for. Still try it.
Finish them night 2.
That's
Let's
the plan.
Let's say 3 maybe. That's what's the obs chart? Where's the chart?
It's in there. Use my childhood life path because I was born and raised on this, basically. And
It's on page 10.
It's moderate to overcome, so that is 2 because this is, teacher. Do you have a hindering trait or condition?
Hindering condition, curious, know-it-all, skinny. I don't think so.
All right, wait till I beat you up with the gym teacher. Skinny involved.
Yeah. Oh, gym class will be my least favorite. But I'm thinking about one of my
I think it's still. I think it's 3 because it starts with difficulty level with respect to. No, average person or apprentice is 0, and then it's moderate to overcome. Okay, so yeah, it's still 2. Never mind.
terms of dice, I can't remember how wises work, so add them into if it's
I think it just adds a
Yes.
die.
okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Helpful wise is plus 1d6 per wise.
Hmm.
okay. So I have a
If your
science
other,
wise, which I don't know if that would help.
what's the life path you're using to start with?
My first one, Pitfall Grown, because I, as a child, was effectively textbooks.
Okay. I think lab. I don't know about the phrasing of Pitfall Grown makes it seem more applicable to the town of Pitfall,
That's
but when
fair.
it's
It
supposed to
was
like
the book
lab.
specifically says it has to be the setting. So
Yeah, I was gonna say lab grown would feel more
Yeah.
appropriate if you're
alternate.
trying to do it for a science
That's basically
angle.
what I literally meant. I just used Pitfall.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that's what you meant, which is why I was trying to
Okay.
figure out a way to phrase it in a way that fits that more, because Pitfall Grown makes it seem like you care more about the town than the science part of it.
Fair. Yeah, I'll switch it to lab grown. Um, and then I don't know if science wise will add in, and I don't think pitfall wise. If I know anything about the
No, this
teachers,
is neither Pitfall nor science. This is wearing down a civil servant.
perfect. Okay. Life path.
Um, Now, if an opponent has they don't have, she does not have a hindering trait or condition. Do I add opponent's hindering trait?
I don't. It doesn't say
I,
anything about that.
from at least the way I played it, NPC traits were just prompts for how I played it.
Yeah. Oh, the game master then decides whether any other factors, such as assets, would make the task significantly harder for an average person in the fictional situation. Aside disadvantage to the character, reroll a successful task roll. My only thing was teachers spend half their time arguing with students, so it's particularly adept for this specific situation. That makes sense.
It
So
would.
is that
They're not.
disadvantage
They're
to
not a third
uphold a
party
reroll?
interfering though. My obstacle is specifically related to them. I'm aiming at them.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll stick with 2.
Okay. I got 3
Yeah.
successes.
All right. Well, you have successfully yelled at the teacher now. She's like, "Fine, I guess you don't have to do the curriculum. You'll be find you some workbooks or something."
I suppose that would be adequate. Say, sit down.
Yeah, and then she then goes on to continue describing the Frost Shepherd national anthem or whatever that everyone used to say during school.
I think yeah, that's. I just sit in the back for the stay is.
Yeah. So the rest of the first day will just blur by because we're not doing school simulator. That'll be a different thing if we ever do school simulator. But yeah, so after school, we're gonna stick with OBS for a little bit longer. What do you do immediately after school? Like we see you after this conversation. We pan out to the front of the school and we see Oz walking out.
Yeah. Um. What would I use to carry since backpack? Just in my
Just
hands?
a bag?
Or a bag?
Yeah, just a
Or,
bag.
or the cartoon character belt or whatever around books is an option. A sack.
I think I just have a
um,
sack. Yeah.
a box. I don't know.
Yep. I think I go to out. So I think we see I crawl under the fence. There's like a well-worn fence to the cyber grade.
You throw your sack over the fence and you squeeze your way into the hole.
Yep. I tread a by now well-known path past the signs that say warning landmine. I walk the right footsteps. And there's like a lot of holes where landmines have been dug up. Like I think the signs are really, and I don't think this path is safe. It's just like a pile of simultaneously shiny and rusty junk. I come up to it and I open up a. I don't think it's a washing machine. I think it because there's no scan is too much. I open up entrance of the top of like cyber tank
Yes.
and jump down into it. It's just the top; the rest of the tank isn't there. But I climb down the ladder, and then inside is just sort of a. It's not huge. It's like again maybe the size of my office. It's like a bedroom size thing. Um, big, and I've used some of the haphazard small. So there's like chair, table.
It's also a beanbag chair.
Yes.
For inexplicably, it's like there's all the stuff you made, and then also a beanbag chair.
Yep. I by the time I get there, I am exhausted. To around. Books are heavy, especially because she gave me the entire curriculum sheets. So it's just like a whole load of paper. Um, so yeah, I think the first thing I want to is get to see some to better facilitate sport.
Invent the backpack.
Backpack or just like a little hoverbot that'll hover around me and have carry books for me.
Get Wilbur involved, see if he'll help.
Wilbur's not here.
They'll help.
Try to think. What do you words? What do we think the best way to approach a project would be here?
Honestly, I think
It looks like you're trying to create an asset almost.
Yeah.
actually, yeah, it would be creating an
It
asset.
would start with creating an asset, and then after you spend enough points on it, you could turn that asset into
permanent
A
item.
permanent
thing.
thing. A backpack
a
robot.
permanent thing. But like recalling assets you've brought up before is easier.
Yeah. Then yeah, I think I'll try to create the asset. Carrier rope.
Yeah. So this is going to be a resource test. Yeah. So that's the kind of test it is to get things.
Yeah.
There's resources for things, circles for people, and wises for knowledge, and deeds for like abilities.
Yeah. I think I'm going to use my explorative youth life path to.
Okay.
That's the time that is the time in my life found and made. It's when I actually tinker. Is that like?
Yeah. So the base difficulty this gear, it's odd one to start. This gear is valuable, and it is overly complicated.
Everything.
Yeah, it's not specifically rare because we're making it out of junkyard parts, but value and overly complicated. Or
I think science-wise would help.
yeah, but do you get? I don't think you get wises.
Wises. Oh, for resources tests, you're right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the intent
So-
of this test is to establish the character owns the gear and has it available.
What happens if failure occurs?
If the test failed, then tax the resource ability for that life path instead.
Okay.
So you just have to keep working on it.
Keep working on it, or just I don't have enough parts.
Yeah, something like that. But you can't then. But the way the tax works in this game, you then have to hinder yourself with that life path to get the resource untaxed to then try again. So to learn something new. Okay, so what's the life path you're using again?
Explorative youth, what I called it. So I might
Explorative
want to
youth.
rename it as well.
Yeah. As it
Explorative.
stands
Actually,
now,
yeah.
it's gonna be neither less likely or standard likeliness for that life path.
I think I'll rename it to Explorative Tinkerer. Youth is redundant.
Yeah, explorative tinker will be the normal one. Yeah, and I'll be. Oh, I don't know if we remember this, but everyone has one fate and one persona to start.
Mhm.
And on somewhere, there is a chart that tells you how to get more fate and persona.
I think we only mostly worry about it in session.
One of them you worry about during the session. Fate is during the
Fate,
session,
yeah,
Persona is after.
yeah. Fate is during the session, and that's on page 18. Persona is on page 19, and that is after the section. After the session. Yeah, it's neither hindering. It's not in the middle. It's the full one because it's Tinkerer and not
Yeah.
Youth.
And what is my?
Was 3 because
Okay.
it is a thing, so it starts at 1. It is rare because it's a custom made object, and it is overly complicated because it's a robot.
One success.
Yeah, so you start working on your robot. You spend the rest of the day, or until like the sun gets down, and we get back to it some other point. But you spend quite a while working on it and making little headway. You like get the base sketches down, but you waste away the hours doing this as opposed to any of the homework you had planned on doing. So you brought all of the homework with you just to do so. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna work on my robot instead, and you don't get either done.
Perfect.
So your resources is taxed for that Tinkerer one until you replenish it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Karina or Slush, whoever has an idea of what they have gotten up to since we last saw you.
Uh, I know if you don't.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Because no one in town will sell to me because they're being racist. I'm gonna have to go buy food from my own people, I guess.
They're just prejudiced in some way. I don't think it's
Yeah,
specifically a race
yeah.
thing,
It's
but
not a race, yeah, just prejudiced. So, if I can call upon my relationship with my mother to buy dehydrated food.
you want to go see your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can. You have her with relationships. If you would like to go talk to your mom, you can go. You have
I don't
access to her.
I don't need to roll for circles or
No, that's what the relationship does.
oh,
You just
nice.
have
Yeah.
access to mom,
Excellent.
well, like at a reasonable time. It's not like you can.
It's not like midnight.
Yeah, it's not like midnight and you can't get her when she's on patrol, but you can like either A, go see her at work, or B, see her when she's off. Like you can see her when she's in the office, maybe on her lunch break or whatever, or
Mhm.
pull her out for a second, or
Yeah.
like your normal mom.
Mhm.
You can just
Cool.
see her whatever. Kind
Yeah.
of sorta.
So, um she's probably in like her office, I guess. If this place has offices.
It's
Uh
the I don't know, what's her job? What does she do at the garrison? Is she just like soldier bomb?
she's the quartermaster
Oh, so
No.
she's in the.
armory. Like wherever. Yeah, so she's the quartermaster. And I'd probably have to like like try and be authoritative to guards, but they just like go like shut up kid, I know where you want to go.
You have to
Right?
like go through a little security checkpoint.
Yeah.
That you have the family pass or whatever.
Yeah. Um but I think that I like bullied them into giving me what I want, but it's really they're like just going through the process.
Yeah, it's like you have the base ID. You can just come. It's
Yeah.
fine. Be an
Um
extra kid.
yeah, so uh he turns up in the armory and she's like probably like cleaning weapons or whatever. And he goes, "Mother, they are not selling to me, and I need food. Otherwise, Father will give you the whip again." I made up the last part, but still.
So extra. Nightmare child. He just
Yep.
asked you to go get groceries.
He did.
There was no implied threat of violence involved. It was just go get groceries, kid.
Uh,
But yeah, so yeah, she's doing her job, and she's a little bit consolatory about the fact, like, I'm sorry the people in town will mean to you again.
can I can I requisition some dehydrated foods in exchange for my marbles?
I mean, it's like fine. Like if that's not much of an ask, she'll go pick them up from the Frost Shepherd grocery store that they have in the base because that's how that works.
Mm,
I think that's not unusual that there's on base
Yeah.
grocery stores.
So hip.
I like to imagine Slush makes a real big deal of this, but it's just probably normal. Like, yeah, they
Yeah.
won't sell to you, sure. Sure, son, I'll get your groceries. But
Yeah,
he always tries to go to the town first.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, we'll use my ID to get into the grocery store like we did last week.
Yep. Also, it's so strange, but I kind of dig how the Frost Shepherds are like, no, your mother is fine. We'll sell to her, but you were born. That's the problem.
Well, it's more about his access to the resources in the base.
Yeah.
That the Frost Shepherd's problem is like you have to have like an active duty base ID to get into this
Okay.
into the grocery store
So
on base.
it's not the same reason.
Yeah, it's not the same reason. It's a
Yeah.
bureaucratic reason that the Frost Shepherds don't like him, and it's why were we taking responsibility for this child when there is a perfectly capable adult outside of the base who can take care of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the naming thing is a weird holdover. It's still kind of awful, but
Mhm.
yeah, the Frost Shepherds are a bureaucratic problem, not a we hate you on principle problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
The talent is a little bit less refined.
Mhm.
Now, some Frost Shepherds might be hiding behind their bureaucracy for the same feelings.
They just have the excuse of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hand my marbles over and I
I think
wait.
you just come in with her. Like, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
even that.
I thought they wouldn't even let me in.
No, it's like Costco where you have to have the right ID to get in.
Okay, yeah. So I think I specifically pick out dehydrated foods that they have in the carts outside, so he doesn't have to tell his dad that they denied him again. Because he's very proud.
Yeah, I'm getting that picture.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
Yeah, it is one of my traits. I am authoritative, proud, and the bastard.
So you have authority and authoritative as a skill and
Yeah.
as a trait. Okay. All right. Sure. That's
Is
fine.
that not? Is that
It's
not
fine.
okay?
No, it's totally fine. It's just like it's just a redundancy. So you're just really good at being an annoying little shit.
Yep. That's what I want him to be. Good at being an annoying little shit.
That's your skill set.
Yep.
Annoying.
Mhm.
Kind of a pain in everyone's butt.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So yeah, you pick up your mostly squash based MREs if you're
Mhm.
judging a lot of vegetables. Just remember, old people eat meat.
Yeah.
Oh right.
This is all.
Yeah.
We're all vegetarians here.
Plus, you're old. It's
Yeah.
not clear about how that worked.
I think they just had a hankering for meat when they were older. I think.
Yeah, it's not even that they need it.
Yeah.
It's
It's that
just that they
they're
just
willing to
start
pay more. And,
They just start wanting meat.
yep.
they just want meat. And so we sort of started saving it for them because that want was
Yeah.
getting a little strong.
Yeah. So I get my groceries.
I'm trying to think of a sci-fi nonsense reason for this, and I'm really drawing a blank.
It's a mystery.
only
It's,
thing-
it's one of the unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, I would
The
say it's
only
the one.
similar thing I can think of is there is a tick that will make you allergic to meat, in real life.
It's a cyber tick that
It's-
makes you
I
want
was
meat.
yeah, I was thinking it's the opposite of the real life thing.
Yeah.
Where
It only
it's
affects or works on older people.
Yeah.
no,
like
it's the
that.
accumulation of bites.
Accumulation of bites.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
the real
they get
life thing is
itchy.
the
They get the
Lone
meat
Star.
itches.
Yeah, the real life thing is the Lone Star tick.
Mm.
Terrifying.
Yeah, well, I should not be reading about ticks right now. We'll come back to that.
Yeah. So I get my dehydrated groceries. I hand mother the requisite marbles, and
He pays the cashier.
yeah, I hand them to her. And she hands them to the cashier.
Yeah,
hmm Um, and then once
I
we are
think
outside of,
I think
Mhm.
it's a pour-in system for the
Yeah,
marbles. Like you
absolutely.
pour,
And then there's like
and
a machine that'll say how much the value is.
yeah, but you pour them in the top, and then you hold your bag under it, and the change. You pour the whole bag in the top, and you hold your bag under it, and the change
Yes.
trickles out.
Yep, that's what you do instead of paying with a card. It's just pour
Yeah,
it in.
that's the tap feature. You dump, and collect.
and people are like,
And
"Oh,
it
I
just
lost
reads
my
the color of the
marbles."
marble.
Yeah, there's a series
Yeah,
of
where it
lights.
keeps an extra one or something.
There's
Wonder
a
what
series of
happens.
lights.
I think counterfeit coins is, trying to paint the marbles different
Trying to
colors.
polish and paint rocks.
Yeah, which will work on a vendor in the street because they don't have the fancy marble counter. They do
Yeah.
it by hand.
Yeah.
But here they're doing it all officially. You pour it through.
Pour it through.
Yeah,
It
they have
probably
the-
weighs each of them.
They have the like machine that gives you the exact hex code of the color of marble, and
Oh
if
yeah,
you
it's
counterfeit
definitely
it, you
based
can't
on
get it
color.
right.
It's not based on weight. It has to be the right
Yeah.
No,
paint.
refractory. It's about the refracted light, like they do with jewels.
Yes.
Each marble has a specific like refracted light. I forget what the numbering system is, but there's
It's like
the
a
way the
reading.
light is reflected is specific to each marble. It's how it works with jewels. I'm not even making this one up.
Oh, yeah.
and that's how they judge the purity of like the like trueness of it.
Yeah. So once I get my requisite food, I go. Apologies again, mother. I will not continue to let you down anymore. I will get food from the outside vendors.
Just sure. Just know you and your dad need food. You can always ask. This is fine.
But I am not supposed to be your burden, mother. I should be able to buy food out there, but they have prejudice against the ice that flows through my veins.
Oh, extra. So extra. So I think we get you going home to drop groceries off, and I think you go to the night school. I think that's the way they do it.
School.
Well, because you work at the farm during the day, so kids with jobs during the day, they have the nighttime school for you.
hmm
That makes sense, right? In
Mm,
I don't know.
I think it does make sense. I would just use school as a gathering place for us as an easy.
Oh, well,
How do
then
we
let's
meet
not
each other?
Yeah.
have night school then. Never mind on that.
I just get the first day of school off because my dad went, "Hey, I need help around the farm today."
I think
Yeah.
that's how you get a lot of days of school off.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's probably a looser attendance system where it's assumed that students are going to miss days.
It's probably that night instead you get home an entire class day's worth of there and you do that all night so that you're
Oh yeah.
caught up for.
Wait, it's the Frost Shepherd School. Did they hand it off to your mother, and before you left, your mother handed it off?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it is. It's like,
That's
oh,
what
the
it
school
is.
left this for you, and it's like a vanilla envelope of like the first day stuff. But I think it's like over the course of a week, they schedule the. I already care too much about the school. Over the course of the week, they schedule like this is the stuff we're doing for the week, and you have to show up for
Oh my
4 of
goodness.
the 3, like
Is
3
it
of the 5
called
days of the
Special
week.
Snowflakes Academy?
Oh,
Probably not special snowflakes, but I
No.
think Snowflake Academy could work.
Snowflake Academy, yeah.
oh.
Yeah, but it's like a week-long schedule. It's like this is all the things we're doing in the week, and you have to show up for two
It's
or three of the
extremely regimented.
Yeah.
2 or
Which
3
is
of
the
the days of
reason-
the week.
Which is the reason they had the entirety of the year's worth of worksheets to give to him.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, this is not.
Oh, yeah, no, this comes from Frost Shepherd Central. This is not. There is no in-house like local curriculum made for you. No, this is standard Frost Shepherd education.
Yeah.
No Frost Shepherd left
My character's
behind.
gonna start ranting later
This would
about
be
standardized.
so
Actually, no,
easy to cheat on.
they wouldn't rant
Mhm.
about standardized tests because they would ace them. Character had.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I have the, the dehydrated food, the water to rehydrate it, and my worksheets in a non-backpack, just carrying them in a box.
Box. Cardboard box.
Yep.
I guess what would it be cardboard?
Recommissioned
Recycled
pod?
plastic bags,
I think a
Yeah.
plastic crate would make sense. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
that's sci-fi. Plastics are sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I carry that home.
Yeah.
Still grumbling.
Why did we
About-
decide backpacks were too modern? They're medieval backpacks.
It's silly.
We're rolling with it, but yeah, there's medieval backpacks. They're not even a modern.
We're gonna also decide certain fashions are too modern as well.
Yeah, you can. We can ruin this world further. It's fine.
Yeah, denim. Denim is too modern.
Denim is too
Yeah,
modern.
denim's out.
There is no denim. Good to know. Dot, dot, dot.
Yep.
Sackcloth is in.
Bicycles borderline. You either have hover bikes or like the old bicycles.
They're like the big wheel on the front
Yeah,
bicycle.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing in between.
No, it's a goat cart. No, it's a hover. It's like a hover thing or
Hover,
a goat
cart.
cart. Or a goat
Goat
cart.
cart.
Or those are the two main forms of transportation. Hover tanks are goat carts.
Goat
You
tanks.
can invent a skateboard and go really rebel.
Mhm. Yeah. So I get home. I profusely apologize to father about how long it took me,
It
but
took all
there was
goddamn day to go pick up groceries.
it was such a long line, father.
I had to feed all of the goats.
I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do.
All the go. Time anyway.
Yeah, but it was Slush's
longer.
job to feed all the
Yeah.
goats.
Yep.
Um,
I just complain about the vendors in town trying to swindle me.
Yeah.
want to
You-
go to a quick
Any
break here,
yeah.
especially because
Oh,
Oh,
there
oh.
we go. Quick break it is.
I pressed the wrong thing and scored and the cameras broke. Break anyways.
Yeah,
So-
break time.
Be back in just a few minutes.
Yep.
I have now that
Sure.
organizations are art might make sense. Not literally, just metaphorically in the general feeling.
What?
Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes.
The skeleton boxing gets me every
Yep.
time.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Yep.
Episode 2. Okay, just my episode 2. Tales from Pitfall, part 2. School day. Second day of school. That something.
Yeah, we're going to start with Karina, and I think we have a couple things to figure out about Karina's place in Pitfall still.
Yeah, so basically, as we finish up, looking at the brochure, I think I kind of look up and, at the guy across the desk and ask, I'm definitely willing to join the worship of the death god and whatnot, but I mean, I was kind of hoping to find my mom when I came here, and you say that she'll have time to see me if I join, but do you know anything about the meantime?
Yeah, so I think he goes on to talk about like, yes, there is a place for you at the Death Cult. Would they have an orphanage of some kind? Do you think they
I
would
don't
have
think that
a
the city is large enough.
yeah?
Like the
So
frost giant.
for two
Frost,
orphanages.
Well, there might be. Oh
yeah,
yeah, actually,
I
that's true.
believe
There's
the
probably
frost
just one.
shepherds. I believe the frost shepherds with their bureaucracy, but before in the wonderful lawlessness we had, I doubt it.
Yeah,
No,
so
they
it's
cared
like
about
there's a
killing you. They didn't care about what you left behind.
yeah, so he can hook you up with a small studio apartment in the pit,
All right, and
like a student like dorm size apartment that is just like a one room with a sink and a mirror. There's like the bathroom down the hall and the communal kitchen.
And one other question. I left a long time ago, right? And I noticed there were a lot of people with in blue around. Do you know what's going on with that? I mean, I noticed you moved your location and
Oh yes, our glorious protectors, the Frost Shepherds, come to bring ice and order to the town of Pitfall. He
okay,
says
ice and order.
rotely as if reading off a script that has been presented on billboards 100 times.
I am not picking up on that. Oh, okay, so ice and order. And when did they come?
The time is hard to describe in this
Okay, fair
world
enough.
because they've been here for one whole cycle because that's
Yeah.
the smallest unit of time we have is a
Yeah.
decade.
There are no clocks. We've never seen a clock in the game.
Never seen a clock.
Oh
There is the
wow.
concept of a day,
Yep.
and then there is the concept of seasons, and each 4 seasons is one cycle. It's the cycle of the seasons. The length of each season varies wildly. So that's why it's about a decade for a cycle.
All
The
right,
seasons,
so
global warming has ruined seasons. Some last a
Yep.
year, some last 6 months. Who knows? It's nonsense.
Mm.
Seasons, cycles, days.
all right, so Kareem kind of or Karina. Wow. No, I'm not Kareem.
Yeah, I've been telling Marissa
I've
about her
listened
Christmas
Sing
way
the
too
shopping.
much.
streams.
No. Okay. Karina kind of pulls up the pamphlet and basically says, "Okay, so I know that to join you guys, I need to be a witness to 12 deaths. Do you know of any other deaths coming up anytime soon?"
Simply need to witness and witness. You simply need to witness the majesty of our God's work in the ushering of 12 souls to
Exactly. So when it
beyond.
means witness, I'm assuming that does not mean I need to perpetrate. So when is the next
You, you must
dispute
you must
resolution?
find and witness 12 souls passing into the beyond.
All right. Well, thanks for that help.
Apparently, they don't schedule their
Uh,
deaths.
yeah, on each of these occasions, you need to make it. I would suggest the truly faithful would journal about their experiences.
I thought song was the chosen method.
But yeah, that's you write it in your song journal.
Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry.
Compose.
Now here's the trick. They didn't say they had to be human deaths. You could kill
Yeah, no, they're
12
human
bugs.
deaths. They're
Oh.
human deaths. They are very clearly human deaths.
Just go find an ant pile.
Ant pile. Yeah.
I've
Get a
witnessed
magnifying
1,000
glass.
deaths.
Many-handed god of death takes apart the ending of all creatures. But the true purpose, the bringing of peace and ushering the soul to the beyond, is something we've only witnessed in people.
Peace. Yes. Yeah. Well, if it's bringing peace, that's something that I can get behind. Thanks for your help, I guess, and I look forward to joining your ranks and actually meeting my mom again, if that'll work.
Yeah. So are you gonna take the
Oh,
apartment in the pits?
yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
It's a
So,
it's a place.
so yeah, you have a dorm room in the pits. It's
Dorm
damp.
room in the
It's dark. It's a little bit wet. I said damp already. Yeah, it's in the pits. There's no electric lights, but there is running plumbing because that's how this works. So you have a candle and like a functional sink.
I think that I probably spend the rest of the night heading out into town, basically trying to find cloth, something that I can use to basically come back and dry this place out, so it's not the most disgusting place to live.
Get
But
some
yeah,
grass.
just let's be functional. Let's make this into a good place
Yeah,
to
you have a
have a
window
life.
that peers out into the center of the pit
Yeah.
because there's no other view in the pit than into the center.
Makes
Well,
it easier to witness deaths if you sit at this window and wait for
Oh,
somebody
you're
to discover.
super low in the pit too, because
Oh,
I'm assuming all
okay.
of the nice big apartments are higher up in the pit.
So the row right below me, that's the catacombs already.
Yeah, you're just like catacombs and then tiny student apartments and then normal.
what would be cool is if in your room you have because it will count for light and make it not dank, is a potted plant, like a potted little light
Oh, one of the
flower.
globe. Well, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, I like
Yeah.
that idea. Okay, so I spend the rest of my night going out and using, my survival skills
Yeah.
to go grab a potted plant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you start gathering stuff for your room. So after you spend a little bit of time getting your room together, what interesting things do you have in your dorm room?
I think it's really, really quite Spartan. Like, I didn't leave with a whole lot. That's a kind of rural community that I came from, so I kind of had a bag, some clothes, which are kind of laid out next to the bed, I guess, and
You
I
have
propped
some
the
sort of
brochure,
you have some
and the "This is how you do things" guide next to the window in front of the potted plant, and like,
I'm sure there's a little desk too. There's like
okay,
it's a desk slash table. There's one surface. There's like a bed space, probably like a dresser.
I've moved like that
Yeah.
desk slash table in front of the window and put the
Okay.
potted plant there because I'm like, okay, goal number one, witness enough deaths. Deaths can be witnessed through this window. There's where I'm sitting with my spare time for the moment, at least. We'll find out more on the next day.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. I'm assuming there's a sconce or something that the candle goes in on the wall, with like the polished metal behind it. 'Cause that's medieval peasant lighting technology.
makes
Like a
sense.
concave polished piece of metal that the candle sits in front of, so it shines
I think
light.
we have enough
It's a
cyber
cyber
to make
skull.
that work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, a cyber
Cyber skull, you put the candle in the eye socket.
you, you open the mouth and you put the candle up in it.
That's great.
And this is just
So
really
metal.
typical. You just stick the,
Yeah.
put the candle in the skull. That's normal. It's the people in blue that are weird.
Yeah,
Anyhow.
yeah. So yeah,
This
we see
this town was founded on death cultism. All right.
Yep.
This was my 1 to 5. I know death cultism. This isn't weird. What are you talking about?
yeah. So after you get situated, is there anything you're getting up to in town? Anything you want to try to?
I don't think anything especially here, no. Not yet, at
Get a
least.
visit from a frost shepherd saying, "Hey, you have to go to school.
You have
tomorrow."
school.
Yeah. I kind of assumed at some point, like, someone told me about that.
Yeah, I was so like we can waylay that conversation, but yes, you were definitely informed. You were expected to go to school when you signed up for your Frost Shepherd ID and whatnot.
Yeah. But basically, this first day is do the regular chores of, look, you're moving to a new place, and try. Oh, wait, no, I'm not even going to avoid answering. And completely blow the secret of the town above because I couldn't lie for the life of me.
Yeah, I think
That
we get the
first
shot
go.
of you unpacking your bag. And it's like my one extra shirt and my one extra pair of pants in the dress
Yeah,
drawer, and it's just like singular clothes items where
yeah,
instead of filling the drawer at all.
absolutely. It's like there's a lot of empty space in every aspect of this apartment. It doesn't look lived in. It isn't lived in, it's been here for a day. There's minor efforts at comfort so that you're not, sitting in wet, but past that, nah. There is not really aspect of personality on this room yet.
Yeah, so I think we get back. I think so. The next scene we get is going to be at school because we've all decided that all three of you are in fact attending the Snowflake Academy.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I don't think this is homeroom. I do think this is gym, and they get everyone together at the one big gym.
Because that's the only time I actually have to participate. Probably.
Yeah, you can't argue your way out of gym.
I can't do worksheets to bypass gym. In
No.
fact, I probably
Are
didn't
you
know
sure?
gym
I
was a
have.
thing because there were no worksheets about it. So I'm just completely surprised when they say it's time for gym. I'm just like, I have no
Yeah.
memory of this.
So there's the normal classes for the different age groups, but then there is three really big gym groups. So there's like the smaller like classroom size for like age appropriate studies, but like all high school age kids have the same gym class, all like middle school have the same gym class, and all elementary school have the same gym class. It's just
Mhm.
big gym class you got to go to. So it's the first day of gym because they didn't do it on the first day.
Honestly, there's probably not even a lot of year separations in the regular classes because there can't be that many kids.
No, there's not. But there's like it's a little bit more bracketed than everyone between 14 and 18 is in the same classroom. It's
Yeah,
there's a few like subject areas you shuffle through and stuff. So you're broken
Yeah.
up that way a little bit, but like no, all 14 to 18-year-olds are in gym together right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm 13. It's everyone else's age.
I'm 14, but I don't think we're going to take that exact
No, it
bracket.
doesn't have to be that exact.
No,
No,
I was
also 13.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're all close enough that we would absolutely be in the same category.
Yeah. You're in the same gym category. And you're getting the normal intro gym spiel about this is your gym uniform, and there's like a student that is currently wearing it sitting at the front, modeling the gym uniform for Frost Shepherd athletic program.
If you're do well enough, you'll get recruited into Frost U.
Yeah, and I
Just being drafted. That's just what
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
it is.
true. We'll
and
call it, but it's
yeah, it's sports clothes in the like Nacho Libre sense. So it is a polo shirt and like gym short, like athletic shorts is really pretty much the uniform, but like a white polo shirt with the like the gym logo or like the
Mhm.
school logo on the breast pocket, not pocket, but like the breast logo that's like embroidered on there.
Slush is already in that outfit. I think it's Slush, the guy
You're
modeling
the
it.
person
Yes!
they're using to model the outfit.
Yep.
oh, that's great. You and
Yeah.
is it just like did the teacher ask and you're like me?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Regardless of the fact you come into school and attend most of your classes in peasant clothes, you have gym clothes.
Yep.
Yep, it's a Frost Shepherd thing.
It's part of the program.
It's getting kids used to the idea of the uniform for
Exactly.
subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're doing the intro games, and they eventually get everyone in a big circle, and they like pass a ball between them, and it's like an icebreaker, sort of like class get to know each other game. So yeah,
Icebreaker time. Ooh.
it's an icebreaker game. So we're just gonna do it. Everyone's gonna have to say their name, what their favorite cyber animal is, and another interesting fact about themselves. No. What if you were a cyber animal? What cyber animal would you be? And then another interesting fact. Those are the three things. Name, cyber animal soda, and interesting fact. I think we first get some. Just I don't know, someone named Greg. Yes, Greg.
Okay,
Greg is
add
a
him to the
student.
NPC list.
He's named.
Greg.
That means we can kill him later.
Can
When
play
you
and or
notice a
kill
couple
him later.
deaths, Greg can be one of them.
And we can add what he says right here to his description.
Yep.
School
Okay.
child Greg.
Oh, you're adding it? Okay.
Yeah, someone else
See-
can put their information in.
Because unlike normal school icebreakers, we'll remember what he said during his
Yes.
icebreaker.
School. There's two school. I don't
Yep.
know. How
It's
did I
the
do
TV
this?
show thing of like, wait, that character has screen time.
Whenever we
Yeah.
need a school child, it's school child Greg.
School
Yeah.
child Greg. He's the only extra that got voice lines.
Exactly.
Yeah, for budget reasons. Yeah. So Greg catches the ball, and they say, "Hi, my name is Greg, and if I was a cyber animal, I would be a cyber hawk because I'd love to have 4 wings. Because cyber hawks are regular hawks, but they have an extra pair of wings made of robot bits."
Hey, who does Greg throw the ball to?
Well,
and then
also, what's an interesting fact about Greg?
Oh yeah, Greg.
and I can name every kind of rock native to Pitfall.
Okay.
Greg likes rocks and minerals.
They're minerals, Marie.
Note to self: ask Greg for the name of every rock native to Pit. I shall.
When we need a rock guy, Greg's our guy.
Yeah, so delete the names.
I can catch the ball first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we pass the ball to Oz.
Greetings. I am Austral Ward II, named after my father, great scientist, doctor. Look around for a second as if I was waiting for something. I call. My preferred cyber animal is cyber all, which is. I think he would just maybe. What would we call the white cloud things? Because that's what he's gonna say. He's gonna technically non-answer because it's cyber. He's gonna name the cloud creatures. What would we call them? Scientific name.
Wait, we know that they're the dead visitors. Did we name the visitors last time?
Cloudius luminous.
They were called the Oh, it was like some term.
I have the other roll. Oh, I closed it. Get it.
It was like a term for like people seeking something.
The travelers, seekers.
No.
Pilgrims.
I think that's exactly what it was. Actually, pilgrims. That's what they were. Like
I
the
think
card
so.
called prompted them.
Pilgrimus Claudius.
Yeah, Pilgrimus Claudius. That is my preferred.
Is
Surrounding.
Phaobi a real NPC?
Sorry?
I'm just looking at the NPC list. I have Poyaeb.
Switching.
I'm just going.
Oh no, that's
was a
the
randomly
character
made
sheet.
character.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. We can get this out of here then. I'm just gotta figure out what character has this awful name.
And,
Oyeb.
to double check before I say this, I believe with the tax, I need to double check. When I made the robot on tax resources, I did it, but resources was tax was how it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll just
Yeah,
say. And last night I finished construction of a load-bearing machine. I have created something to carry my books around. It's currently inside of class.
let me double check. But yeah, you definitely worked on it for sure.
Yep.
Just double checking resources.
It might not be very functional at the moment, but
It's
it's
the
smoking in a
first
corner outside
iteration.
of class.
Yeah, it
Wow.
exists. The thing definitely exists. Um,
I haven't used it in a scene yet.
I don't
Yeah,
think you can use it.
Yeah, it says if the test passed, the character has the gear available in the scene. Make note of the gear as a temporary asset. If the test failed, then tax the resource ability for that life path instead.
Okay,
So I
so
think
like
you
it
didn't make
worked
it.
it worked last night, but I didn't bring it to school. It's not working enough yet.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's not. The project is not finished. Just how the in-game reconciliation of that is.
Okay, yeah. So I don't have it with me, but I say last night I I constructed a load bearing robot. I don't think I've named it. I don't know if my character is someone who name options. Yeah, that's mine. I
Oh.
toss the ball to Rena.
Hi everybody, I'm Karina Robinson, and I think my favorite cyber animal would be well, it's not really cyber either, but the radio butterfly. I kind of really like that. And that butterfly is just, there are wings all around. It is radial shaped like a starfish and
Oh,
trying
I
to
heard
get that thing
radio
moved.
butterfly.
Oh, that's what I did too.
No,
I'm like,
that's
it's a
great.
butterfly that emits
Okay,
radio
it is both.
signals.
Yeah, it is both. It is the radio butterfly. So it is radial like a starfish, and in the middle of it, it just has one antenna going
It
up,
has
and that is
circular
what makes it
wings, just like
cyber.
5 circular wings.
Not circular. They're just that same shape. It's just the symmetry.
Okay.
It's super symmetrical, like
Yeah,
all of butterfly wings, and then there's a big radio antenna sticking out the middle of it.
absolutely. It flies around really randomly, just drifting on the breeze.
No, it's drifting on the radio signals.
Yeah, that's how it's powered.
Yes, please, absolutely.
Powered by the radio.
Mhm.
The in atmosphere electricity that obviously is still around us everywhere.
Yeah, did you not read those reports from when radio was first invented? All of those problems.
And I think an interesting thing about me is probably that I didn't really grow up here. I just came back after a long, long time.
Where did you
So
grow up?
it's nice
I
to meet you
say
all.
curiously.
Uh, in the town above.
I say nothing.
Mhm. This whole time, Slush has been like gauging every child's answer to be like, "Would you be good for my little gang? Would you be good for my little gang?"
Perfect.
I'm half debating. That's not seeming to get me into any trouble though, which is unfortunate.
So if no one answers, I say, I see. So the rumors are true.
Yeah, absolutely. The rumors. Wait. Can I ask what rumors exactly?
It's not a social gathering. Please continue passing the ball. There's a lot more students to get to. You hear from the coach
Like
in the
6 of
background.
us in this group, probably. But yeah.
It's just 6 kids.
Oh, sorry, and I chuck the ball to Slush.
I will hold the ball and go. Hello, fellow children. My name is, as you all know, not one I have chosen. I am called Slush because my real name was ripped from me, as I say very loudly. But that original name was Appingot. You may call me Slush because I have not earned it yet. If I had to be one cyber animal, I would choose the very, very regal cyber tigers that have ruled this plane for many, many cycles.
So do the cyber tigers rule this plane, or do the frost shepherd?
In the animal kingdom sense, the cyber tigers, but we have conquered them. as you see their pelts adorn this wall. Like, in gyms where they have like, we won this high school basketball tournament this time. There's like a bunch of Cyber Tiger pelts.
I don't know that conquering is quite the same as killing.
Are they not one and the same?
No, killing is a wonderful or rather, death is a wonderful and good process. Conquering is just warfare on a.
And what happens because of warfare? Death. Thank you very much.
I'm afraid I
All
must
right.
agree with the zealot this time.
Did you call me the zealot?
Yeah.
I'm not a zealot. I just have ice in my veins, and instead of throwing the ball, I will just just like the kid next to me, I will just put it in their hands.
But we didn't hear anything interesting about you.
The interesting thing is my name was ripped from me
Oh,
at
okay.
the ripe age of 8.
Sounds good.
It was not good.
Yeah, I think
It
at
only
this point
happens
we've
at
gone
8. It isn't when you were born.
we've gone through all the students at this point, and we get ready for some sort of sport game.
Dodgeball.
Wait, did you know ahead of time your name was going to be so long ahead? Or is it just, surprise, happy
No.
8th birthday, now you lose your name?
It was when it was found out that I was born not with the proper paperwork.
What do
When
you
the
mean
truth
not with
of
the
my
proper
birth was
paperwork?
revealed.
Wait, what'd you say?
When the truth of my birth was uncovered.
Yeah, the truth of my birth was uncovered to also myself and everyone
Yeah,
else.
you also thought you were an orphan.
Yeah.
Is there some wrong way to be born?
Apparently.
I give a look to the camera.
The wrong way, yes. Yes.
You just Jim Halpert the camera.
Yeah. As someone who was
Not
born in
born,
an unorthodox way. Not born at all.
fat out of a vat. I'm assuming not that long ago.
I think I was aged normally. Yeah.
I think you're like naturally aged clone.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're not like Clone Wars clones.
No.
Yeah, alright, fine.
Can we play dodgeball?
I don't know. It's some ice dodgeball thing. There's
Snowballs.
It's
Dodge
complicated
a
rules.
ball, you can dodge some ice.
Yeah, snowball fight.
Yeah,
So
I
do
think
the
they're
Philistines have some, or shepherds have some way?
holographic balls.
Okay.
They flick on the
Yeah.
court, and there's like you're broken into two
Cyberball.
teams, and there's like 4 balls in the middle that like hologram up, and they follow weird trajectories.
Yep.
I like the idea that each ball has its own unique property. Like
Yes,
there's 4 balls.
it depends on what
One's
color
like a
it is.
grenade ball, and one will bounce way more than the rest.
Yeah, and after there's no
super fast.
recovering the balls. After thrown and making contact, they will reappear in the center.
Excellent. I immediately volunteer myself as team captain.
Let's just, for the safety's sake, say the 3 of us are on a team.
Yeah, I
3
was
of
gonna
y'all are
say.
on one team.
Make it ease.
Yeah,
There we go.
3 of y'all are one team. There's a couple. Greg's on your team too, and you have like
Right.
I don't know. It's like teams of 6.
All right.
Versus team of 6, and I don't know. Let's do a roll to see if your team wins. That's what dice are for.
True.
Can we all just put things towards this roll and like make a fake group roll?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay. I'm skinny, so I'd like to hinder this roll with my skinny trait. Actually,
Yeah.
skinny doesn't actually seem bad. Skinny actually seems neutral because it'd be easier for me to dodge.
I don't think it gives you a positive or a negative then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, with dodgeball
would
specifically. If it was any other physical activity.
I would buy negative if you really wanted to make it negative.
Okay,
but,
I'm doing negative. I specifically am doing negative. I want that.
Yeah, it's definitely not a positive though.
I very much want a positive with wilderness survival, at least with the idea of dodging and being quick on one's feet.
As a skill, wilderness survival is a skill, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. Then yes, that counts as a positive.
Okay,
I'm saying
yes,
wilderness
it is.
survival as a trait, I don't think would count.
No,
I
it
would.
is a skill.
You have stated that this is a very complicated shepherd game, correct?
Yes, it is complicated and it is.
I would like to use Shepherd Wise. I was raised on this game.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
We're at net 1 for your team as
I'm
far as
considering if
bonuses
we
are
want to
concerned.
cheat. I could use science-wise to try and hack the interface and cheat in our favor.
That's
No,
beautiful.
this isn't knowledge. That's knowledge about
You're
science. That's application
Hacking is
of
its own
computer
other
science.
thing. Hacking would be.
You
a
know
bigger-
about hacking.
Yeah,
If you
that's
tried to do it
application-
anyways,
That's application
You're
of
right.
computer science.
So I see this team huddle,
There's
and you're
nothing
like,
else.
I mean,
Your
can I use
physical,
my
your physical being there helps.
can my childhood of Garrison Born also help?
I think that's the
helpful life
role
path we're working off of.
I think that's the role we're starting with. You as team captain
Oh.
are making the role. The life path you're
Okay.
using is Garrison Born because you've played this game before.
Uh-huh.
So that's 3, and then you get. So you're at 5 from help, and then 6 from the 1 positive bonus.
Okay.
Because there's 2 positives and 1 negative bonus attached.
Number of dice is 6.
We're gonna say the other team is pretty evenly matched. So
5?
2. Let's
Perfectly
call it
neutral?
3. We're gonna call it 3.
They're rolling 3, or it's our ob is 3.
Your ob is 3.
Okay.
We need to win this dodgeball match.
Yeah, ob 3 for the team's effort at the dodgeball match.
I think we
I
won.
What
Win.
was that? Okay.
You crushed them. You crushed them real good.
And the first 3 dice, aka your dice that you actually contributed, are the ones that crushed them. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
you're just the ace.
You wiped the board with them.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Remember this day. You are crushed by the future leader of the Frost Shepherds. Tremble in your boots. Your
Yeah.
government mandated boots.
I'm
Your-
just like
your Chuck
panting.
Taylors for Jib shoes.
I only contributed a -1 dice. That's all I did.
Yeah, you didn't really help.
Do we
It-
want to
it
go
is-
another round?
It is
think
all
that
right
takes-
there,
I think that takes you
Oz.
up until lunch.
Yep. We all have our strengths. Yours is in the mind and not in the battlefield.
I don't
Yeah.
have the energy.
Yeah, so everyone's sent to the locker rooms to get changed. Everyone comes out for lunch in their normal clothes. So you're back to your rags after wearing decent school clothes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm in farm boy getup.
Yeah. So I take a look at you while you're changing. We're in the locker room. I say, Slush, your
Yes.
gym attire is much more whole and tears than ordinary clothes. Why don't you stay in them?
Because that is against regulation 32B subsection A.
But you're not a member of the Frost Shepherd, so you don't have
As they are occupying this town, and I wish to
In the
become
school
one
handbook.
again.
I think that's a regulation
It's
in the
in-
school.
Oh, in the school handbook?
In
It's
the school
a
That's
handbook.
fair.
handbook.
It's not real regulations you're dealing with. You're dealing with the school handbook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you know, it's a step up.
Yeah.
So start by following school rules, and then you follow Frost Shepherd rules. I think I'm gonna
I-
try and convince you.
To wear my my like
Your
PE
stinky,
clothes.
Yes.
your stinky
So,
gym clothes
I
to
think
lunch.
the way I go about it, because you're not a hard person to read.
Mhm.
So
What?
Yep.
What do you mean, the single traded individual?
so I think I say, well, the reason I ask is because when you were wearing the Frost Shepherd attire, you looked much more cold than in your normal attire. It has the Frost Shepherd logo on the back of it. It was, in fact, a blue color. It fits you much more, and I foresee the faculty agreeing with me if they see you wearing it. I believe that you may convince them to allow you to as well. So I'm completely playing to your I want to be a Frost Shepherd pride and purposes.
Mm.
Should I roll for that?
Um,
Like, you're loud doesn't necessarily mean stupid at all.
yeah, I think because he's very proud of his Frost Shepherd blood, but he's also like, like he
Or a
But
goes,
the
stickler for the yeah.
regulations.
he goes, no, it is my penance that I must refrain from wearing the colors at all times until I have earned the respect that they uh
Denote.
that they deserve. But I appreciate your acknowledgement of my greatness in said colors. Thank you.
You are not supposed to wear the official colors, but by wearing these colors, you say to Frost Shepherds that you'll one day become, which you can say with your voice, but you may also speak it with.
I must first show with my actions that I am worthy of them.
After the
And one
display you just put on, dodgeball, I believe you just did that.
one dodgeball game, like one winter storm, is not enough to break the will of a person nor earn the respect of my people. But I appreciate the gesture. Good Oz, son of Oz.
I think
Please
as a
just
close,
call me Oz, and not call my parent. Your character's last name again? Dr. Ward, specifically.
Of course. Uh, I believe you and I could make great allies. Me with my physical Frost Shepherd prowess, and you with your great keen mind and understanding.
I tentatively agree. And we're done changing.
Yep.
I think the first line that you get after, walking out of the changing lockers, you look different, in referring to you as the out of the clothes and the whole
Yeah,
stuff.
you who didn't spend a bunch of time in the locker room talking to people while they changed.
Yeah,
Left
you who was
after
in a different locker room.
it's sci-fi. I think there's a locker room, but still,
Yeah.
like you left afterwards. You didn't sit and have a conversation.
Yeah.
While changing.
Who did you say looked different?
You.
Oh, yes, it is the clothes of my father.
Oh, okay, so your dad wasn't a Frost Shepherd, and I'm judging from the way you were talking in there. So your mom was
He's a fanboy, is what you're getting.
No, indeed, my mother is a Frost Shepherd, and my father is not.
then? All right, that makes sense then. I'm going to happily trip on my way after that.
Yeah.
The world now works.
We keep moving along
You
to
just needed to understand. It's like, such a strange girl.
yeah. So I'm gonna throw to the table. What is the lunchroom? Someone describe the process of lunch at Snowflake Academy.
You get handed a refrigerated meal, and you go to like the water pump.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think there's.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Water pump once.
I don't think there's. There's not a lineup for receiving lunch. There's a lineup for the water. Probably all of assigned seating. Regimented.
I was just anyone can.
Uh,
I was
I
throwing the
think
lunchroom out there for anyone who wants to describe the lunchroom.
Yeah,
I
I
think
like it
even in the middle.
regimented.
Okay.
It's like the normal lunch tables, but it's like you have 4 people at this table and they sit there, and that's how that goes.
Mm. Can we all just sit at the same table with geologist Greg?
Absolutely, we have a fourth.
We have a fourth.
Oh boy.
uh, it appears we've been assigned together. It's as if the winds of winter themselves want us to be together. And
Perhaps
Greg.
age.
Yeah, or logic in class assignment, but
I have not seen you around town, I'd say. Now, I consider myself someone at least vaguely focused.
Yes, I see you are not one of the people who spits upon the very ground I walk upon. So you must be new.
I don't know many people who would. Well, okay, that's not exactly true. I guess I do know a lot of people who would spit around that other people walk. Uh, Anyways, going back to the beginning again. Hi, yeah, no, I think I mentioned a little bit of this. I'm from the town above. I haven't been around here for a really long time, actually. But I just wanted to come here and get to know what it was like. I haven't been here for a really long time, and uh, yeah, and maybe I could get some things fixed because the world's a mess. Trail off awkwardly, and after that,
stewed in the
So
mush.
yeah. So you came from this town above down to us below.
uh, yes. I guess it's sort of supposed to be a bit of a secret, but I don't think that that actually makes a lot of sense if the people up there actually came down and knew the people down here, and the people down here were maybe just a little bit nicer. I think
That's
that they
saying a
could
lot,
be just
I'd
one
say.
place again.
Yes, if people down here were much nicer, things would be a lot better.
I scoff. Say, from what
How
I've
much,
heard, wasn't
I was
our
just.
people to your facilities steal their power?
And from what I've heard, your parent or whatever was or should have been one of our people.
Should
Not that I
have
think
been.
there is an us and them.
I just
But if
smile.
there were, you would be us and I would be them.
But if there were, you were supposed to be us.
Yep.
I think Slush looks between the two of you and goes, "Conflict not involving me? I'm intrigued."
And Greg's just eating like,
Yeah, they're just eating the mush, like thinking about their homework or something. I don't know.
Yep.
It's just there in the middle of this argument.
Greg, he's like, "I
watching
know
and
rocks."
just never saying anything.
You're talking. Greg's sitting in between you two, and you're
We're
still
talking faster.
having the argument.
Oh yeah, Greg's literally
Yeah.
between us. It's great.
Greg's like, "Why did I get sat at a weird kid table?"
You really did.
Hmm.
Continuing the conversation, I retort back. Well, I believe that's because everybody choose their own destination. He did not come with you. He did not. I would not say, and then slightly taken aback, but I don't.
Well, I guess I don't disagree with that. Everyone should have the ability to choose. That's right enough. And
I'm glad I'm right.
I'm sorry if there's anything I said to hurt you earlier, Slush. I mean, I didn't mean to, and I'm sure you'll make a great brush shepherd one day.
Thank you. I don't believe I took any offense to what you said, but I don't. Me as Jordan, I don't remember what you said.
Neither do I at this point.
was a
I'm
dodge-
just
it
going
was-
off of Peacemaker.
Yep.
Perhaps we could all make not only this place but each other's people better.
Maybe it would help if we didn't think of them as each other's people, but just as one.
As
people.
one people, as one Frost Shepherd people.
We will all be one people because we will all be conquered by the
We'll
Frost
all be
Shepherds.
Frost Shepherds. Exactly. I like the way you think.
Not exactly, but so I heard from somebody else that the Frost Shepherds were, let me see. I'm going to go to my notes here. The Frost Shepherds are for the glory and protection of our town, but I don't really remember.
That's in character,
them
by the
being
way.
around.
My character spits out food mid-bite, laughing at that.
Yeah, because he just read off what's all over the posters in town.
Yep.
That is disseminated by the Frost Shepherd propaganda unit. Yes.
Community Information Unit.
Yes, community information unit. There is no war in Bossing City.
Ah, dread it. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this. Sorry. So, okay, addressing the person who has just spit out food at the state. So, is it not like that?
I look around quickly to see if there's any Frost Shepherd loyal teachers listening in.
No, just a student.
Oh, I know, just a student. But
Listen, even he's like, we need to fix the way we do things here.
yeah. So he says, only if you listen to everything they tell you. Here's some advice, I say after a moment of silence. Instead of listening to people's words, listen to their actions. Those harder to see but speak a lot more.
I agree with the Oz.
Just Oz.
Oz.
No, I remember reading a book once about a wizard from there. Anyhow.
What is books?
Oh, they're these papery things. We brought a couple of them out when we
Books are
left.
medieval technology. Books
Are
exist.
medieval technology, right? They're just expensive using medieval manufacture, but they wouldn't be as expensive here.
Yeah.
No, like there is cyber technology makes printing, so it's printed pages that are hand bound.
Yep.
We've got a couple of obsolete ancient texts.
Yeah.
I've read one or two of them.
I probably wouldn't have used them. I probably just would have used a Kindle, basically.
Digital version of
No,
them.
I think better than a Kindle. It's the tearaway perforated printer pages.
No.
And like a big binder clips as opposed to your like book reading.
I don't know.
Those are my favorite kind of printer paper. I really want one of those dot matrix printers super bad, and I don't know why. I just want one. So I can
All
make
I will
awful
say
printed things.
further about this subject is that I already know everything this school has to teach me, and yet I'm still used to come because of the bureaucracy of the Frost Shepherd.
I've got to admit there are things I'd be rather doing too.
I agree. I know most of what is being taught here because I grew up with it.
Oh, I
I
don't
already know the national anthem with the Frost Shepherds.
Okay. So if none of us want to be here, why not? Let's just go.
Well, I actually have, back elsewhere, a full curriculum of the entire school year. So if were to not appear in certain classes, I believe we still catch up academically using those resources. That's my character. That's my character's extremely long-winded way of saying, "Do we want to skip school and still get good?"
And according to the student handbook on page 357, subsection C, subparagraph D, students are only required to attend classes 50% of the time. So if we come, it does not say consecutively. So if we come for half a day and then leave, we only have to be here half a day.
It's been half a day today.
Exactly. And they can't stop us.
Well, then let's go.
She'll depart.
Yo.
After food.
Yeah. So
After
one never turns down a free meal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So after
This is
lunch.
free?
This is free? Is that what you're saying?
Only financially,
Yes.
I say.
The toll it takes on our bodies is another thing entirely.
Well, again, before the Frost Shepherds came, we weren't using money. We were
Yeah,
doing the barter
up in the
system.
town
There
above,
was-
there wasn't really a need for currency. There's been, I imagine, few enough people. If it's just like 30 people, then you just shared what you had.
Yeah, and even again, like last cycle we were living there, there wasn't currency. We were on the barter system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boy.
so we moved to money because that's how the Frost Shepherds operate. Our marble-based economy.
Yep.
Marble-based economies.
That's why they came. No, wait. Is it on a hill? No, the ziggurat's there. That's why they came here. It's a large flatland. There's no loot.
I don't think that.
When we
By
go to
the
leave,
way, do you know of anyone who's gonna die anytime soon?
I would start with the old, perhaps the infirm.
And are they still in the life?
They
Are
are
they
the
still in
most.
the pet sanctuary?
They are the most prejudiced to me.
Old and the
Ah, yes, I
infirm.
can see why they
Old
would.
and the infirm. I don't typically go that way because rather than slinging insults, they throw rocks,
Rocks, goat bones.
rocks and goat bones or
Why do
human
you-
bones. Who knows?
Why do you ask?
I need to see 12 people die so that I can join the death cult.
We both just have like a visceral reaction.
Yeah, like the death cult is underground now, aren't they?
They're like still known to exist, but like they have been suppressed as the dominant religion and as now more of a
Yeah.
more secular society under the Frost Shepherds.
So I guess
Well,
to our modern like us in real life, it'd be like someone saying they want to join a cult, but like using the word cult.
Once
Something
again,
like that.
I don't think they're called the death cult. They're just the worshippers of the god.
But it's like I want to join a like suppressed
join the-
religion that's
I
seen
wanna-
as bad and manipulative by.
I would
Yeah,
like to
most people.
join Scientology.
Yeah,
The character thing would be I would like to join the temple.
yeah, something like
And get
that.
inducted as a member of like an acolyte of the temple, and because this is the only church we have is death.
Yep. So we both react like I do not speak
Why?
so plainly about them. They are.
Well, my mom started them, and apparently I'm never going to be able to get a chance to see her.
Both react
I like
again.
reach past Greg, my arm rubbing against his face when I do this, to put a finger over Karina's lips.
What are you doing? Why?
So we get this kerfuffle scene in the lunchroom. I think we cross cut to the all of you at the clubhouse.
I
Wait,
No.
I wanted
but-
to make sure Greg does not squeal because Greg is the one who knows
Okay,
now.
Okay,
alright,
let's not
alright.
cut here.
Yeah, never mind. If you have something to do.
I would just grab Greg by his lapel and go, "Listen here, Gregory.
if that is your real name.
If that is your real name,
It's just Greg.
just Greg. This does not leave the table, or I will treat you like those balls in the court. Throw you everywhere."
So roll up to authority to try to silence Greg.
So does this count as getting into trouble due to a trait or an instinct here?
Maybe if Greg, if it fails, maybe.
I don't know.
This is definitely. Do you think if this does trigger an instinct and is getting in trouble, this will be noticed no matter what? And the silence of Greg is the part that's in question.
Yeah.
If it's
Does it
not
get noticed
getting
and
in
Greg tells the
trouble-
teacher, or does
Yeah.
Greg cover with you? Like also say, nope,
Yeah.
it's nothing.
I'm good to have it get noticed no matter what, but I still
Yeah,
would love to.
if you wanted to use it as like getting in trouble because of a trait or instinct or something like that, yes, you can. But you will. This will be noticed no matter what. That is still on the table if you fail. If you don't do it on purpose.
I don't think I want to ding one of those just yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I would like to use. Would he be more scared of me for being Garrison born or being an outcast?
I think
What do
being
we
an
know of
outcast
Greg
makes you
so far?
unpredictable.
Yeah.
Outcast makes me unpredictable. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll use Outcast. I have the skill Authority and the trait Authoritative.
I don't. Do traits give you bonus?
I thought
Yes.
it did.
Yes, they
Yes.
do.
They did give you positives? I know they can give you negatives.
Helpful light path, helpful trait.
Okay.
Yeah, 1d6 plus trait. Or per trait.
So that's 5.
Let's see. I don't have any conditions, do I?
Conditions
No.
are like negative traits.
Oh, okay. Well, on the list here it says helpful condition.
Not that they
You
can't be helpful. but
Conditions
just
can be
Okay.
helpful. We had that last
You
session.
can get
actually.
like joyful as a condition, but
Yeah. But not
Okay.
the rare, in my opinion.
All right. So I guess just 5. 5 ob 2.
yeah, you should be fine.
Oh,
Can I
there it
reroll
is.
that?
The cursed saying. What?
Yeah, if you
should
want
be
to spend,
fine.
if you want to
that's
spend,
beautiful.
you
No,
want
I
to spend
say you fail
persona.
this.
If you want to
Fail
spend
this.
persona, that's what persona does.
I
I
know,
want
but this
to
is a great thing to fail.
Oh wait, does the persona box underneath youth work? Like, does it save?
I don't know. I haven't put it.
We don't know.
I'll spend a persona just to reroll it because I don't
Okay.
want to start shit right now.
I just love the idea of us ignoring Greg listening in, and then the teacher comes and he just spills literally everything we talked about.
Okay, so I just a full reroll, right?
Yep.
Hey,
Greg is intimidated. It takes a little bit, but
yep. Do you know who my mother is?
yes, you talk about her every day. Sorry,
I don't think those persona boxes work.
Talk it for
Here.
now.
Yeah,
Me.
the only ones that for some reason the like labeling works, but or I'm gonna have to figure out. I think whatever
Space
box I used for like the skinny text box, I messed up somewhere. Like test, like the name one works. The fate, I don't know. I'm gonna have to troubleshoot.
Okay.
Cool. I spent 1 persona on youth. Yeah, so he doesn't
sorry.
squeal.
Yeah, he doesn't squeal. Yeah, so you significantly kowtow Greg into silence. Not really working the making friends angle, but you know,
I made 2 friends at the cost of 1.
yeah. So where do we see y'all after you ditch the rest of the day?
So I think, we go to the junkyard, but before we actually enter the junkyard, I say, before I reveal this location to either of you, must be sworn to secrecy. Tell no one this place is a secret sanctuary. Is that stood? Looking, knowing what she just spoke.
So this place is really important to you then. All right, I'll try.
The blood in my veins will turn to literal ice before I speak the name of this place. So help me, Winds of Winter.
Odd. I still look unsure about Karina. If anyone asks where we are this place, just say helping. Just say we were in my room. Father's parents' house. Then I show them.
And we learned how to hopscotch.
So as
Yeah.
you scuffle in under the fence, we can start to see like a light trickle of snow start to fall as this is a full cycle after the last time we saw it. Winter is just now starting. The season is changing to winter. We see
I
the
feel
first
more powerful than ever.
yeah.
Yep.
The first trickle of snow as all of you go into the clubhouse and start your
Yeah.
rambunctious teen clubhouse meeting.
This is it. Because winter is beginning, we shall need heating soon.
I know of ways to heat an interior against the frost of the outside.
Well, if we could get some of those cyber tiger pelts, that would probably help.
I see you know the ways. He was just saying we wear cyber tiger pelts during the winter.
I see. Perhaps something more inventive.
I mean, they are quite plush and very
You
comfortable.
could also
It's
set
like,
up a fireplace or a radiator.
I was thinking radiator. That was what
Just because something isn't inventive doesn't mean it doesn't work. This can work for at least the short term. We can invent something later.
Invent fire.
if you wish for this place to remain a secret, Oz, then fire is not the tool.
So, what do people do now when hanging out?
I don't know.
I actually don't know.
All of us are friendless. Literally, all three of us.
I don't know. I can imagine we both said we don't know at the same time.
I mean, I spend most of my time out in the middle of the forest looking for other people from your place, so
Well,
most children here spit on me, so
I have managed to piece together a radio receiver that can pick up on broadcasts of the death cult. We could listen to that if you desire. I can make an asset roll.
I feel like you can just have that. I
Okay.
feel like, unless it's being specifically used as an asset for a
Okay.
scene, having a radio in your clubhouse is not unheard of. I think that falls in to
yeah.
clubhouse.
I think it's a a cyber wolf, but not a part wolf, but like a fully robot shaped wolf shaped warbot, where it had a radio receiver in its head to receive like military, and I adapted that. And now it's
Open
like
the
Make it
mouth.
a
I open the
playable
mouth and the
radio.
speakers in there and it plays.
And it
Yeah.
just-
yep.
I mean, listening to that in the background might be helpful, but I don't think sitting around listening to it the whole time is going to be that much fun.
No, it's just it's
So, is fun what we're trying for, or do we have some sort of a goal?
What is your ideas of fun?
Finding new things, seeing stuff that looks awesome.
You know
this
what?
is your second day in Pitfall, isn't it? We give her a tour.
Yes. Because when in need of an authority, I will be the authority, and I will take us around town.
We'll be our tour guide.
I'll be the tour guide.
Excellent.
And we get to watch how people treat you.
Yep, I want
Oh,
this to
yeah.
get me in trouble.
That's how the getting in trouble works.
You wander us into like the back room of a secret
Depending on
place
your
on the
instincts,
tour.
you could just say
Yeah,
you do a
so-
thing that you go, yeah, take us somewhere you really shouldn't.
Yeah. One of the places that people like literally throw rocks at us, I'll take us to because I gotta show them the whole town. Even the places that specifically said never come back here, kid.
Oh boy.
Where's the thing that's the bad instinct?
I'm looking at the fate list here on 18.
So, using a
Following instinct causes significant complications. We don't
Yeah.
really have anything for it to be significant against right yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you can have a suggestion for where you go that will obviously get you in trouble, we can go forward with that.
Oh, I was asking specifically about the old people, so showing us there.
Yeah, the old people.
You want to go to
Old
the
people who
pet,
desire meat.
Yep.
the book, the abattoir at the edge of the.
Yeah, the outlets in the pet sanctuary.
Yeah, there's now also an abattoir as part of
Mhm.
that whole thing.
They took over that a bit.
Yep.
So yeah, does anyone, does like another person want to describe what the approach to the abattoir slash factory farm, I guess, is looks like? What does this place look like?
Well, originally it was a pet sanctuary, so it probably had those cheery signs and, little grinning, happy chimera thing heads. But it's been a private place for a long time now, and it is not like things have worn down a little bit, and it's not really a welcoming place anymore.
I
It's like
agree.
those windows are boarded up.
Hmm.
Yep. Are there
So
still
think,
animals in the like?
I don't think there's much really outside, but there is certainly the smell of animals inside.
Okay,
so there's just a bunch of like four-headed cyber chickens like shoved in a big room.
that sounds about. Yep.
It went more from pets to food supply.
Yeah. Cyber guinea pigs.
Ooh, I like that. I like that as a easy. Lots of guinea pigs normally are, with the exception of the West using them as pets. That was their original purpose, fat little rodents that you can have in like a chicken coop style thing out back that reproduce quickly.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so you begin walking around this worn down building to check it out. You look inside, and there's just racks of cages up against the windows with little blinking lights from the guinea pig face
Mm.
scrambling
So
up and
you're
down the
saying that
walls.
this is where I might find people who are gonna die?
Yes,
They
because they are
tend
all
to be
old.
elderly and close to death, but not that close. May have to
Then let's
wait a
go
few
ask.
months.
And I
They also
knock.
like pick. Oh,
I knock on the door.
Yeah. You knock at the door, and after an annoyingly long period of time, a crotchety old man opens the door with like the butcher's apron on. Just like doesn't really say anything, just kind of grunts and looks down at you.
So, hello. I'm sorry. I was wondering if you knew if anyone here was going to be dying soon.
An inquisitive look, and he's just like, no. What do you
Do you
mean?
know? Do you know of anyone who might be? Any quarrels going on lately?
Aren't we all dying?
Yes, but I rather need something faster than that.
You gonna kill someone, little lady? Like, what's the plan here?
No, I don't have any intention of actually doing the killing. That doesn't make. Eh. But I just need to see a couple people die, and I was told that this would be the best place to do it. I'm
This is the abattoir. You make meat here.
hmm.
We,
I guess you guys told me wrong, and I'm just looking over my
yeah,
shoulder.
and I will,
Stop
I will
this
not stand being wrong. So I say, good sir, we're informed that many uh of an elderly persuasion that's intentionally awkward were resided here.
I
We,
mean, people don't live here. This is the abattoir. We make meat here.
I see. May I ask who is the oldest person you know?
Probably the old robot who runs the junk shop. This guy's
Other
not
than
super
him.
young either.
Yeah, no,
but
but I probably know him, and I know because of the robot parts he might live a bit longer than most.
yeah.
Other than him, anyone who's going to die soon, anyone who's mortally injured or ill with a terminal illness, perhaps there's been a terrible accident, maybe with a butcher's knife.
I won't profane myself by trying to speak of the god's will, but no, we don't keep tabs on who's dying here.
Disappointing.
Go
I
talk to the death cult, kids, if you want a list of dead people.
I remember hearing before that before the shepherds came, that there were uh rites of combat. Do you know if people still partake in that secretly?
Fight
Exactly.
night,
That's what I've been trying to
underground
get at the
fights.
whole time.
Underground fight clubs.
He wrote says the like another poster saying from the Frost Shepherds.
Violence is not the answer unless it is our.
No, that's like dispute should be handled in the civil dispute office, not by combat. We've read the signs, kid. We can't do that anymore. And he like wistfully looks into the distance about the glory days of
Glory days of combat.
Mortal Kombat over milk prices.
Yes, but just like how you're also not supposed to what's a bullshit law that they would have implemented that people would just obviously still do?
No wearing the color blue unless you're a frost shepherd.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Just like how there is the Frost Shepherd's Handbook, page 276, subsection C, none shall wear blue unless formally inducted. As I look at his blue like undershirt he probably has on.
Yeah.
Some rules are simply non-enforceable. Perhaps you could point us toward a place where people settle their differences differently.
If you want to roll to try to bully this old man, or
I
to
want to
like,
bully this
Yeah,
old
you're
man.
extorting him,
Absolutely.
is that what
basically.
we're
Like,
doing?
what if you give us what we want, or we'll report you?
Yeah, it
Gee,
doesn't have to be
it's a
bullying.
nice shop you got here.
Yeah,
Be
it
a
doesn't have
shame.
to be bullying, but this feels like now we're gonna need a roll. Um, try to figure out what you want, because that's how we figure things out in games with dice.
Yeah.
Oh, sheesh.
So should I really be the one doing this? He's gonna hate me.
You're the one speaking the most, and he already does, so it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna use Outcast because he's least likely to hate me for Outcast.
Oh, Outcast from the Frost Shepherds. Yep.
Yeah. Um. I am also authority.
You try to use the skill, not the trait. The trait does
The
not
skill.
apply.
I'm using the skill authority to be like,
Yeah.
geez, man, that's like you're wearing blue. I understand
Yeah.
some laws aren't enforceable, right?
Yeah.
Like,
The trait here does not apply like it did with
Mm.
Greg, who was a peer.
Yep.
This is an
Yeah.
old man.
But your
would
familiarity with could.
yeah, would the bastard or proud help me?
I mean, it won't help you. Bastard might
Mm.
actually hinder.
What do I get for hindering myself again?
Fate.
Just fate.
Yep.
Okay. So am I looking currently at 3d6 or 4d6?
Well, you start with 3.
Uh-huh.
Well, you start with 2 unless it's a helpful light path.
Oh, yeah, it's not that helpful. It's just not hindering. So you start with
Okay,
2.
so Outcast is just not hindering.
Yeah.
Okay.
You start with 2. You have 1 for the Frost Shepherd thing, for like knowing the laws, and you have 1 for authority, so that's 4. And I think you go back down to 3 from the bastard trait if you're using it to hinder yourself. No, hindering trait does not lower dice, it raises ob.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
okay, so
I have to
what's
keep
the
that in mind,
ob
'cause I think I mixed
before
that
I
up.
roll?
I think probably 2 or 3. Yeah, it's moderate because it's an old man. You're trying to get him to tell you where a fight club is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might not be someone to.
So we're
Look,
going
we
for
can make it more
3.
interesting. We'll join.
We're going
We
for
could help.
3.
+1 die if you need help.
Yeah, it would
Please.
absolutely be helpful.
Yeah. No, help is not +1 die. It's a reroll,
Oh, right.
Mm,
I would
and one
still
person
love
can help. Yeah,
to
one
help
person
with
can still
the-
help. I'm just saying it's not an extra die.
okay.
If you want to help, I
Uh,
will not help. Keep
I
myself
will
free of
help
the
for it with the
consequences.
death cult wise for the reroll.
okay,
need it.
so it's ob 3 before adding anything to it?
If you're using the bastard trait negatively, it's ob 4, but you get a fate
Okay.
for it. And I think we counted 4 dice.
Sure,
Doing
let's do ob 4 with 4 dice. Why not?
what is the consequence if we fail?
The consequences of failure is that he shoos you off the property, and both of you, because you're helping. I think that's how help works. Does help
Yeah,
That sounds
Yeah.
great to me.
help opens you up to the same consequence.
Yeah, both of you are gonna get the condition of nosy children.
Yep, I'm into it.
I'm good with this.
Okay, so I get 1 reroll, 4 dice. Life path outcast, ob 4. I did it.
Wow.
We now know where the secret fight clips are.
Fight club.
He's like it's not he like sighs and it's like it's not really like a fight club, but I heard like Jeff the shoemaker is gonna
Like he's
like
the
I
feud settler or something like that.
oh no, he has a feud with someone and he's gonna fight over it. Like he just heard that this fight is happening, not like
Oh.
there's an organized fight club you can attend,
That's fair.
but the rumor is Jeff is gonna beat up the grocer over some
Well, we know
like
who we're betting on then.
civil
Ooh.
dispute.
Now here's the real question. Is the grocer the guy who denied me
Didn't
at the
all
very
of the grocers
beginning?
do that though in
Totally.
different ways?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Excellent. But he was the one who was real mean about it.
Yeah, you
That's
told him real
true.
mean about it.
Cool.
Perfect. That's just what we needed. Thank you. I guess you guys did know what you were talking about.
Yes.
Thank you, I say, having
Thank
not done anything to
thank
help.
you.
He's like, if that's
Kind
all,
citizen.
I'm gonna get back to work.
Yes. Good day.
Kids, be safe now. Closes the door in your face.
Sounds
Great.
good.
Now we need to convince the shoemaker to kill the grocer in his combat.
Well, isn't that how it
Because
Aren't
normally
most
works?
combats to the death?
You kill them and then you chuck them over the edge of the pit. I mean, it's full of water now, but
if
still.
if this is a secret combat, he can't chuck him into the pit.
Yeah, it's in the grass now. Like, it's just in the grasses and they just leave them out there.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's in the pit. They just need to die. So
Exactly. So, also, he was very mean to me.
that seems reasonable. I don't know what I'm doing.
So, do the
Well-
3 of you go attend the fight to the death?
Yes, but I'm presuming it's not
Yes.
right now.
It
No,
might be
it's not right
later
now.
tonight or something.
It'll be
Is
like
it-
at night.
Is it a fight to the death, or is he just gonna go beat him up?
Well, it's the glorious tradition of the town's dispute settling. So
This
it's
fight-
the-
Okay, so it's to
Specifically
the
to the
death.
death.
Cool. Yeah, never mind.
So before this happens, where do you guys live?
I live on a cyber goat farm with my father.
I
Great,
also
can we
live
see
with
it?
on power station.
Why do you call them your parent?
father indicates a pair.
I do not have. We're distant, I say, after a very, there's much more to that pause.
That's such an awkward question to ask. It's like, why do you call them your mom? Hmm? Hmm?
I
Is that
prefer.
what they are?
It's the most
That's how it
appropriate
works?
term.
Hmm. I'm also not very close with my father. I understand.
I
I'm in
don't.
my head, without saying it out loud. Again, because my character has this constant need to different from everyone else. It's like, well, your parent didn't own you. They try to make you into a young. Still,
Yeah.
for now, keeping that on the down low.
Hmm.
No, you don't really understand me.
Yeah, I'm
getting into
super special
teenagerdom.
in how.
It it might be possible to peer at this showdown in the grass from my father's farm. Perhaps we could go there for, as he calls it, supper.
Clear with this.
Like, mealtime?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I
Is there anything y'all want to do before we get to the fight in the grasses?
Uh, I not for me.
no, I
I
think
just
I'm gonna
want
go
to.
Sounds
to
good.
it.
Yeah, we could go to my family farm to watch the showdown in the grass from
But yeah,
afar.
so I think we cross cut to the three of y'all, like, sitting with your arms up on, like, not a laser fence, but just like a normal fence.
Only the
Um,
gates are laser gates. The
yeah,
fences are white
there's a
picket.
laser gate but a wooden fence.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
Oh wait, what if we're on like the roof of like the barn?
Oh, that's
That
that's
works. Yeah,
perfect for
you're
division.
sitting
Yeah.
up on the roof of the barn and you're looking down into the grass. There's a bunch of town people splayed out in a circle around, like, the grocer and, like, a tank top and Jeff the shoemaker, just, like, circling each other like fist akimbo.
I hope we're
Yeah,
close enough.
yeah.
You just
So
have to witness it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is a witnessing.
I agree.
If you say so. I don't know if there's anything to actually watch.
Does it have to? Yeah, as we're watching, I'm like, wait, or as it's like happening, I'm like, does it have to be a current death? I could perhaps find recordings of past deaths, and if you listen to them, that'd be witnessing.
I don't see why not.
you know that's not true. You don't see them die.
What if?
I know that's not true, but I'm willing to bend the rules. I need to get into this cult before 12 deaths. 12 deaths is a lot of deaths.
Now, is
I
it
need
witness 12
in.
separate deaths, or is it witness death 12 times? Because we could find one recording and then play it back 11 times after witnessing this one.
Yeah, the actual thing is we'll witness on 12 separate occasions, 12 separate people go into the beyond by the mercy of your god.
Now,
That
what
is
if
what
they
the
come
actual
back from the
scripture
beyond?
says. Now, whether or not you adhere to that and try to squeak in with fake death watching, I don't. That's up to you.
Yep.
I don't really believe in the death cult. I believe it's a means to an end.
Yeah, which is why it's like if you want to try to squeak in and lie and say, yes, I totally witnessed 3 deaths, that's on you. But
Yeah,
the
I'll go in
requirement,
good faith as best I can, but 12 deaths ain't happening soon enough, so sure, that's a great idea.
it's been 1 day.
It's burning wheel time. It's one day might as well be like.
Yeah.
Look, I don't have my life here to spend waiting for deaths. I need the deaths to happen and happen quickly, and unless I want to start a war, which I'd really rather not do, so it seems overly easy to do in this situation, we'll just work through the deaths through what we've got.
What if you go find the mole people uh death burrows? Do you have to see them die, or can you just like
Why do you wish to join the death cult anyway? If your mother as a founding member could let you in, make a special exception.
You'd
Wait.
think, wouldn't you?
If you were a member, have you not witnessed 12 deaths when you were a member of the? Or did you tell us you used to live here?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, when you used to live here, did you not witness any death? Does not
Right,
count.
there is that. No, those would totally count, but I don't think there was. And I start counting on my fingers. That was only 8. I still need 3 more after. Oh, it's coming close, but not 3 more after he's down.
I want to die of fate to figure out who wins. Also,
Oh, I'm rolling to see who wins. So this is Jeff's first volley. That's 1. This is the grocer. That's also 1. It's first to 3 successes. So then Jeff again. Also 1. Grocer. Also 1. This is a
kill
knockout
each other. You
fight.
might get 2.
They're both super bloody at this point. Just
Yeah.
broken faces and missing teeth. And then
Oh!
Jeff slaughters them.
Yes,
that a good or a bad-
shoemaker.
Yeah,
someone still
Jeff the
dies.
shoemaker beat the grocer who we wanted to die. Right?
Great. So now my
Yes.
count's up to 9. I say as the guy is, down.
Wait, can the grocer get one more volley to see if they kill each other?
Ooh, then we get 2 deaths. It was
Ooh,
mutual.
yeah.
It was 4.
If they need probably 4 as well to do it.
They have to beat the 4 on this roll to do it, otherwise they're down. They get
Okay.
a last 2 raw. How about that?
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
No, they get.
Damn it! I thought we could get you 2 for 1.
I understand why I'm so used to this, but I thought that might have, with it being outlawed at all, mattered to you two a little more.
Cheering from the crowd outside.
It's.
Pardon.
I've been to a couple of these events before they became. I was much younger. My father said they were deplorable, and so I immediately took a liking to them.
To learn how to properly integrate peoples into the Frost Shepherds, we must learn their practices.
And outlaw them?
No, I don't. I think they did that bad. That's the bad thing they did. There's a lot of bad things that I think my people do, like ostracize people for no reason.
I thought we decided there wasn't a my people and their people, just people.
That was just you that said that, actually.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, remember I said I agreed we should all be my people. We should all be integrated. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm dropping this one.
Like snow on the side of the road, all of it compacts together. I want us to be one compacted piece of snow.
So the fight ends in the bloody bare knuckle death of the grocer.
Yep.
Yes.
And
You're messed up, children.
You should have took my 49
We
marbles.
live in this town. We grew up in this town. We can't not be messed up children.
yeah.
Yeah, this whole world is messed up.
Yeah. And then we fade off in the snow as we hear it popping and sizzling as it hits the grass. And in the morning, everyone, we're gonna do the end of session stuff in a second. But in the morning, we wake up to have pamphlets posted on every single door, so we get a shot of all of you getting up to get the paper or whatever. And there's a pamphlet on the door from the Frost Shepherd Civil Authority announcing the winter has come. It is time for everyone to do their part for the glory of the Frost Shepherds. New winter rules are in effect. There's going to be increased rationing due to the prolonged winter. And there's the great work that is underway, and everyone is expected to submit volunteer hours towards the Frost Shepherd's new great work. And it's unclear as to exactly what this is.
It's a third ziggurat.
Everyone.
It's always a ziggurat.
Not wrong. That doesn't make it a bad idea.
Yeah, but that is the hook going forward, is that there is increased regulation from the frost shepherds that are cracking down because of winter, and a new great work shall commence.
Okay.
No idea what it could be.
Totally not evil.
Totally not evil.
If you're sure about that, it's not evil.
What is one person's evil, but another person's good?
Yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
let's do end session stuff.
yeah.
Circle. We did it what?
No, we didn't.
I thought we did in case we came back to the character.
Nope.
No, I don't think we did.
Okay.
So no one did any of the fate stuff because that's
I used a
I did
persona
one.
point.
You used a persona point. I gained a fate because I made a roll.
fates are instantly though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That.
The players awarded fate instantly for the listed things. So
And I tried to, but I don't think it's actually enough of an obstacle, so I'm putting it back down to 1.
Yeah. I also did a thing to make the roll harder, and I intimidated him.
yeah. Oh, I didn't think. Oh yeah, we did. You get a fate point for that.
Mhm.
There's the persona one. I said what page it's on. Ah, there it is. 19.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did we further a? Let's. I guess I could go through.
Yeah, go through your beliefs, and if you furthered, or the whole thing. So, one player at a time. Did you further a belief?
The goal part of a belief. It's like belief
Yeah.
back its goal. So my first belief is the frost shepherds are idiots. I will prove to the teacher that I am smarter than them. I did as well as I could have. The goal itself was unachievable. I would say
Progress towards it, but not completion?
I'm planning to change it. At least the goal
Yeah.
part of it, at least. Let me check if it defines what. This is progressing and resolving. So I leave that up to Indigo. I think I progressed it, but I'm never going to resolve it, and I'm planning to switch it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I do think you get the point because you made you made an attempt to further the belief to continue.
Yeah, and it was a
Working
success
on
as
it.
well as it was feasible.
Yeah. So that's the point of it. You didn't replace the belief.
Does replacing a belief in between sessions count? Because I would assume that doesn't.
That's interesting. It doesn't say here. It just says, yeah, replacing a belief. Distinct or trait. We might have to decide that ourselves. If say about replacing belief.
Because I think it's still got the trait vote in. That's long and hard to do, but I don't think it has that for
So
beliefs.
you're rewarded for showing character growth that defines that.
Yeah, so I think the 2 persona reward for that is specifically bringing your character changing in a dramatic moment, and
Yeah.
I had this belief, and now because of this, my character's suddenly gonna have this belief instead.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you can, if you just
Yeah.
change them because you're just changing the belief, you don't get the reward. But if you're changing them because you had a dramatic moment that influences the change, you get the reward.
Yeah.
So my second belief was didn't come up, and my third belief, the frost shepherds are tyrants, and Slush's desire to join stupidity or inadequacy. I will convince them that it is unnecessary.
You kind of did the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I got anything for that.
Yeah,
I
don't
will
think you...
change the belief, but not successfully progress it.
Yeah, so it didn't resolve anything, so that's the other one. Cool. All right, who's next?
All right.
You go first.
Okay. First belief, I believe that people understood each other. We wouldn't have half as many problems. I will convince the leader of Pitfall to make amends with the town above. Yeah, didn't really progress or move forward with. Hope to change that, dealing with the actual frost shepherds which exist now.
Yeah,
I believe the family should Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I would have given it to you, but you specified I will convince the leader of Pitfall, and you didn't like speak with authority. If it was just I will convince
Nah.
citizens, that would be a better argument for like the point.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that family should be together, so I must make Oz spend time with his parents. Didn't come up enough for me to count that at all either.
You did work towards it. I don't if you don't think it's enough, that's fair.
Um,
But you did like you made a notable statement being like, tell me about your parent.
in which case, I'll kind of keep it at a half and see how this last one goes if it's arguable enough that I'm going to have issues with it. If Mom wasn't the leader of the death cult, we could be a family again. I must sabotage her status. I would say that I did my best I could in working towards getting into a position to do that from.
Yeah, I think you can get a point for that one. You made a effort. I presented a path to you, and you made active strides to progress down the path on a way to see Mom.
The
Yeah.
gladiatorial path.
Well, it's not
You know.
gladiatorial. It's bearing witness to the gods' work in action.
I'm already 3/4 of the way there. So there.
Technically, you're gonna have to argue a lot of these deaths.
Well, hey, the first 8 really do make sense. I can remember them well enough to recount them, so, you know. But yeah, I would take that, I think, as then 2 persona points. We will see.
Yeah, 2 total makes sense. And you didn't resolve anything, so that's the
No.
Mhm.
And I'll be doing
Uh,
some changing in between just to make it more direct.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I only wrote down 2 beliefs and 2 instincts. So my first belief is the Frost Shepherds have denied me my birthright. I will earn their respect. I think I tried to go along with that, tried to get it done.
Tried to earn
Definitely
the
further. I don't know how you're
Yeah,
gonna.
it's not done. It's I've
Yeah,
been tried to.
I don't know how you're ever going to say I have earned the respect of an entire
Yeah.
organization.
Mm,
But that's a good,
that's a
Just
good. Just always get one.
feeder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you could keep pounding on that. Be like, I want to make every frost shepherd respect me, no matter what,
Yeah.
always and forever.
And my second one that I think I actually resolved is the shepherds have grown strong by adding to their ranks from outsiders. I must form a gang of many different views. I got a girl who wants to join the death cult and a smarty pants who has dad issues.
I would say you also resolved that.
I think so. And according to this, if you resolved a goal that involves another PC, you plus 1%.
For
So
each PC.
I think it just says each for all.
Yep.
I think it's just
Well, it
plus
says
1%.
plus 1 each.
But
No,
all the
for
ones
each
above
instance of resolving that goal.
all of them
Okay.
say each.
So
Because it's
So-
like you can resolve 2 goals
So one
involving.
extra.
Yeah, you get
Got
3
it.
persona for that instead of just 2, because it was
Cool.
involving another PC.
So 3 persona points for that one. And I gotta make new beliefs.
The first session is always like, okay, we'll make beliefs, but I don't know if they're going to be applicable or
Yeah.
not. And then
Yeah.
once you see how things go, it's like,
Yeah, when you spend persona points, you could use them to advance a life path.
Hmm.
And you can, when you spend fate points, you could use them to turn a temporary asset into a permanent asset.
Is there, where does it say like how to do that?
Page 20.
Page 20.
it's the same sort of thing as spending it on the rolls.
Yeah, you can spend it on
Where-
rolls and then you bank it in the life path.
Oh, okay. So like you would need 6 persona points on a life path to upgrade it to 46.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got
Then
it.
you
Okay.
erase the banked persona points.
And then the asset one is 6 fate points on a life path to give you a permanent
Oh,
asset that you made
No,
before.
to give you a wise or a skill, relationships, or special items cost even more.
Oh, okay, I see.
Hmm. Okay, so wises and skills do count as assets in this way.
Yes. The permanent assets are attached to the life path. The temporary assets are the ones you get from deeds.
'Kay.
Yeah. Cool. I thought we were going to take a little bit of time to like lean into some of the mechanics there because we're used to a lot more holding back of spending fate and persona points from Burning Wheel, and this is supposed to be a lot more spending your points.
Yeah, you're supposed to
Yep.
spend a lot more.
You're
And-
supposed to spend your points more freely because you get them more freely, and B, it is the only way to advance. There is no advance by grinding it out or anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing I've noticed is failing a roll doesn't get you anything here, whereas before I think you've needed to have X number of rolls in it at least.
Yeah, you needed like X amount of failed rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't fail a lot of rolls, and not a lot of them were of consequence, but I will start doing conditions a lot more, because that is one of the bigger ways that you impact consequences in this game, is tacking conditions on, because they can be one line, like trait style conditions that follow you around.
And then you can clear conditions.
By
Based on
using them as a negative trait,
Yeah.
they, like for minor conditions, like the meddlesome children I was going to give you would be a minor condition. You use it once to hinder something, and then it's gone.
Yeah. And then a major one's 3.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah.
done here. I
Yeah.
have written 2 of my new beliefs for next session. First one is, our parents are all awful. I will help Karina meet her mother so she can understand this truth. Like ripping off a band.
Ouch.
Exactly. The second one I have written is, the Frost Shepherds are tyrants, and Slush should not wish to join them. I will show him that even their presence in Pitfall is cruelty itself.
Okay.
Really
I need
figure out what the great work
Nice.
is, as opposed to just saying they're doing a project.
And I will be doing rewriting in between because there's no chance
Yeah.
I can do it that fast.
So
Yeah, I'm just doing
if
it as
you-
a heads up for...
Yeah. All right. Cool. What I was going to say about the great work, if people have ideas about what something the Frost Shepherds will be doing, it's intentionally going to be something that is taxing and heavy, hard labor inducing, specifically a bad guy thing.
a frost ziggurat, obviously.
If people have we can talk about what they're, because it's a shared world. So I'm going to share the
Mhm.
burden of trying to come up with some of these big events happening. But they're doing
Are
a
the-
big bad guy thing.
Are the Frost Shepherds still looking for, hey, let's find these ancients and like separated within into these different groups who think of different people? Like, is that still a thing that we're playing with in this world?
Um, kind of. Like, yes, that is like an internal Frost Shepherd motivation, but that's like an internal Frost Shepherd, their own like religious right on the surface, from the high school student perspective that we have going here. The
Yeah.
Frost Shepherds are just
The
The
man.
being the big government. They're being the man in town, and they are
So the
oppressing
ziggurat
people.
probably isn't going to have anything to do with whatever their internal religious struggles
It
are.
might, but we won't find out until y'all break into the ziggurat mid-construction and witness something happening in there. We don't know
Which
until
I
then.
just made a goal about. The Frost... So, I have the Frost Shepherds are tyrants one, and then the next one is, the Frost Shepherds do nothing without reason. I will find out what this winter project is and why they are...
Perfect.
There we go.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I'll take a look at the character sheet and see what I can do to improve.
Yeah. I will also try to figure it out, but I'll be shooting in the dark like I was when I built it, so...
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Back, presumably.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bye. Thank you everyone for watching.
Bye.
Some more slideshow images.